Oh,
hey.
dokey.
Oh, hello there.
Hello?
Hello there.
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor. Doctor.
Doctor?
Doctor. Doctor.
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor?
Are we really?
Doctor.
Doctor?
Doctor.
Doctor?
Doctor.
Doctor. I'm alone, Internet. Hello, Internet. It's good to see you again this wonderful Tuesday evening. Welcome to Natural 20. Before we kick things off, we have a couple of our standard, announcement type things that we're going to do. So let's go ahead and do them. Steven, take it away.
Hey, everybody. Check us out on our socials. We'd love to hear from you. I'm just going to kind of make this a thing at the start because we want to hear from you. Like us, love us, wherever you can find your podcasts. Apple, iTunes, whatever, Podbean, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts.
Google Play, Stitcher.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Alan.
Other words.
We want to hear from you. You can find us on Twitter at @DNDNatural20, Facebook Natural_20, and Instagram at Natural20DND. Check us out. Our DM likes to paint, so you might find us at twitch.tv/rollnat20, and Alan might be doing some fun painting, but we'd love to hear from you, so check us out.
Those are surprise streams. Nobody knows when they're going to happen, not even me. I just get a wild hair. I'm like, it seems like a good idea. Thank you, Steven. So, what else? What else is there? Oh, really quickly, a huge, massive shout out to... Wow, well done. Excellent.
No.
Was it off?
Poor. It was poor today.
Well, honestly, from my perspective,
we'll
it's
make
not
up
great.
later.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more. So from... Big thanks to Crafty Gamer Shop. That's who I was going to thank because my brain works today. By the way, guys, I've been fighting a migraine all day, so this is working out well. Crafty Gamer Shop, massive thank you. Please, thecraftygamer.com. Go and shop with them. If you do shop with them, use our code ROLLNAT20 for 20% off at checkout, which is incredible. So awesome. Thank you. Big thank you to them as always. We are actually using one of their scents this evening, Tavern and Inn. We're using it again. We used it in week 2. And we're using it again because you guys just don't want to leave Calder. It's become
no
a home away
Forest
from home.
of the Fae. I'll tell you that.
Right, but we'll see when we get there.
Well, we were there once.
What else?
There.
I think in terms of we have a merch shop. If you guys want to check it out, feel free. It's in the description down below of our Twitch channel. Also, whenever this is uploaded to YouTube, it'll be there as well. That covers it, yeah, gents. In terms of things we got going on,
I think so.
Cool. So with that, I'm going to get this changed over to more apropos music as we review what happened last time on Natural 20. So, last time our group of adventurers, after making their way down Jarro's Peak, having had the Feywild, or a land that is presumably the Feywild, brought to them on the Primaterial Plane by a enigmatic entity called the Vertari, sharing that title, giving you all some information regarding what it entails to be a Vertari. You all rescued a seemingly lost child, slayed a strangely corrupt entity, almost like an owlbear, but a little bit just off kilter, before making your way back down to Calder, reuniting with some of its citizenry, having missed the Festival of Candle Night, much to the chagrin of 3 out of 4 of you, before eventually settling back down at the Slippery Griffin to rest for the evening. After awakening the following day, having been together traveling as this new group for about 6 days at this point, decided that it was high time to have a couple of conversations, some easy, some tough, to go over some true motives and motivations for your travels, your desires, and at the time, some of you revealing some of the more mysterious portions of your past to a select few. After which you all decided to travel once more to the Righteous Hold. Well, for 3 of you to the Righteous Hold for the second time. One of you, Babar, it was your first time to the Righteous Hold, which, by
Gorgeous.
the way, the masonry, stunning.
Choice.
Choice masonry.
The theming is very nice.
Yeah, white stone, beautiful, polished, delightful. After meeting, after traveling back to the Righteous Hold, you all met with, I have to find her, you all met with
Her name
Clara?
was
Clara.
Clara.
short for Clara Torin Liontel.
Yeah, Clara.
The
Yeah,
elvish,
Clara.
the elvish druid who had been staying on her Kiranos, or traveling, during the festival of Candle Night here in Calder. After speaking with her for a time, gathering a little bit more information about the Bright Wood, you all determined that there were a few different courses of action you could take in terms of travel, either by sea or by land, to make your way to the far northernmost point of Anayur, in hopes of traveling to take Babar, or at least get him in touch with the ability to travel back home to the Feywild.
It's all about you.
Right at this point, it really is. So,
Every
after having this conversation,
It's true.
Babar expressed the desire to speak with Carter for a moment about some. Actually, we don't know. So,
Yeah,
has
he
expressed the
did.
desire to speak with Carter for a moment while Harlan, Kaya, and Clara decided it was best to exit stage.
Kai.
What was that?
Kai.
Kai. Wow. Guys, this migraine is great.
It's all good.
Kai Landy, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna get it.
We'll get
That's,
it
that's,
one
a,
day.
that's a tough ass name. All right, Kai. Give me a break. I'm only keeping track of a few people.
Yeah,
It visibly hurt you. Like that was amazing.
Right.
It was-
Kaya? Kai, Alan, you dumbass. All right.
He was just his Kai.
Landy? Kaya, my head hurts. Kaya.
Kaya grain.
Kaya Grain. Oh, I like that. Too bad. This is when I miss you being a bard.
I miss it too.
Ah.
I gotta get it up now.
That's
The
two.
Barbarian is doing a great job.
Barbarian.
So, in this instance, you all have seeing the
Elephant in the
likely
room, let's say it.
awkward conversation that was about it was going to ensue.
I need to
Kylandy,
go
Harlan,
cut my
and
nails.
Clara
Yeah.
hastily excused themselves from the table at the third floor of the Righteous Hold in the middle of the library to travel down to Clara's living quarters to continue their discussion about the Brightwood while, yeah, Clara, them druids,
Mhm.
Who's it, Drew?
while Babar and Carter have their conversation. So, this is where we are going to pick up this week. So, Babar, what would you like to say?
Carter,
Yes, Babar.
you know that I know what you are.
I do. I was the one that told you.
And Harlan tells me that magic is not liked, is feared here.
It's he's not wrong. There are certain magics that aren't. Listen, what I showed you and what I told you was in confidence because I want to help you, and I know that I said I can help you, but I need to be careful with how I help you, friend. Are you familiar with the Age of Unlight?
I have only heard the name.
I won't bore you with the scholarly details, but long story short, there was a long period of time where arcane magic users, such as myself, used their powers for corruption, for
For those of you viewing at home, really quickly,
evil.
my dog crashed the party.
Thank you, Kronk. They used it. They didn't use it for the knowledge aspect that I find fascinating. They used it for corruption and for evil. And now that we're past the Age of Unlight, folks such as myself who are proficient and show aptitude in arcane magic, not divine magic like our friend, or nature-based magic like the druids, or even magic from the Feywild. They're not trusted. They're highly regulated, and I find myself at this juncture where I'm not quite sure what's happening, but I can't trust people. I can't trust people to know what I can do because I have been forced, for lack of a better term, into hiding of sorts. So I have to hide my talents. So Harland is right. People don't trust magic users here, and that's why I have to be careful with what I do. And the proficiency that I find myself having is a forbidden magic of sorts. Not a lot of folk can learn the things that I can learn, or focus in the disciplines that I happen to find even fascinating. It's like forbidden magic, and I do apologize for crossing any boundaries with trying to communicate with you in a secretive way. Sometimes my curiosity or my intrigue or my fascination gets carried away, and I do deeply apologize for crossing that boundary. But I do need to be careful with what I do, and therefore cannot do what I do in the open. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense to you probably,
But when we were alone with the Vertari, you still did not show. Why am I different from the others?
that's a great question. I find you highly fascinating. You're the first of your kind that I've ever gotten to meet, and you have a way about you where I don't sense any prejudice. I don't sense any unease outside of crossing a personal boundary, and that's why even when it was just us out in there in the woods with the Vertari, I still find myself struggling to know when is the right time. If there is a right time, if I can trust Kylandy or Harlan. I've been on the road with Kylandy a little bit longer than you and Harlan, but I also know Harlan's quite attentive, and that worries me.
Attentiveness should not worry you.
It shouldn't, but
Are you being followed or hunted?
I don't know. I know I'm being watched.
Well then,
And
choosing
with
to
that,
travel with me is not a good idea.
With that, I will hand Kylandy my book,
Okay.
and I'll open it to the first page.
Me or Kylie?
Sorry, not Kylandy.
Babar.
Babar. My mentor, where I'm from, I've been studying under him for near on two decades, and he wrote me this note in my book here.
It's pretty cool.
And when I was done reading this,
Keep going.
I found myself in Port Thorstead. I went from a city many, many miles away to Port Thorstead like that. And all I know is I'm being watched. I don't know if he's alive or what. But I just need to be careful.
So, you are traveling to run.
I guess I am. I found myself fortunate to get out of Port Thorstead when I did, and happened upon a caravan where Kylandy happened to be there too, and we were sought upon by some ruffians,
We
and
fast traveled.
both the caravan driver and Kylandy were knocked unconscious, so I had a little bit of an opportunity to use some of my skills to get us into a better spot. Seize the opportunity, and thankfully, Kyle, Andy, and the driver they came out okay. I know I don't hide it as well as I should, and I've been caught before, and when I've been caught in the past, I've moved on. That's why I left Port Thorston. I'm very good at what I do.
But very bad at hiding it.
I've never had to hide it before. This last 6 weeks have been nigh on impossible. I went from doing this stuff every day, openly, learning every day, taking in new knowledge, searching out new knowledge, studying arcane equation, and now I have to be careful how and when I do it. So yes, I'm not very good at it, at hiding it, excuse me, but I can still help you. There are certain things that I can learn to break down barriers, certain things I can do to manipulate the mind, certain things that I know that I can learn that might be able to get you home faster. And that's why I want to help you. I also find myself rather squishy at times, and I don't think that having some strong, strapping folk like yourself and Kyle, Andy, and even Harlan by my side, I might last a little bit longer before I'm found or killed or whatever it is the consortium is looking for.
If you are running and trying to hide, with me is not the way. If you want to travel and help, you will need to use your powers. That is what we are here for. In the Feywild, my tribe
Ranged attack.
are the only stonemasons
melee
in the
weapon.
Feywild. And we deal with all types, and we are never messed with. Because we
Which
know
way is ranged?
our power, and others know our power. It is not something
There's a
to
bonus
be
action for that reason.
hidden.
You are right, my friend. Like I said, I'm good at what I do, and I know I need to come into that. It's just I'm scared. That's all.
Spell?
That is understandable.
It's an ability. It's a level 3 thing for a rogue.
If you choose to travel with us, we must know one another.
Right? I growing up didn't have a lot of friends in school. I kept to myself a lot. I had acquaintances. There were those that I deem as friends, but I found myself quite secluded at times, and I guess now that I find myself amongst this group here, I'm just a little nervous to open myself up a little bit, but I would like to continue traveling, and I will heed your words. And I will not be afraid anymore. I cannot. I need to know what happened to Malcolm. I need to know that knowledge can be used for good and not corruption, and people to know that as well.
You must restore balance.
I must
I've just
restore the
seen that on my
balance.
sheet, so
But I do need to be wary of the consortium.
After I cast another spell.
Therefore, wherever our travels take us, there will be a lot of
is it concentration?
trepidation in large
This
crowds
one,
and
yes.
cities.
So what you can't do is
And
have two
I tend to
concentration
find
spells at the same
myself
time.
quite observant as well.
You can only have one concentration spell. But yes, you can cast that, have it up, cast another
We
spell,
will look
have
out
those in
for
that
each
order
other.
If it's not a concentration spell.
That
So like I can cast this guiding bolt.
is what our new
Yeah, or you
plan
could cast
will
that
do.
and then guiding bolt either way. You can still cast
But
other
we
spells
must
for
have
concentration
reason
spells, but
to
if you cast
trust.
another con spell,
Is not
they
given.
can't. It cancels the first.
It's earned.
Is earned.
Thank you. I hope that this at least puts you and I on the path towards trust. And I will work with hopefully gaining the trust of the other two in our party. Might take a little time.
Trust is earned. I will hold out my hand
I will grab it.
and I will pull you in close and I will say, make the plant again. Let my hand let go.
Make the plan.
Okay. As you all are having this discussion, Clara leads you both, Kai, nailed it, and and Harlan down the stairs. And as she
That was
walks
deep.
down the spiral staircase, she says, "Okay, well that was uncomfortable. So,
Yeah, I was gonna. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I was gonna get worse.
okay, well,
Was she
you had-
still in the room?
No, so she as
Oh, they were-
they
they were-
literally stood. This is we're going back and forth a little bit. Yeah.
Also, just for flavor text, I asked you to keep this between you and I for the time being.
She walks down. Okay, so Harlan, you had a couple of questions about.
Is Babar the keeper of all secrets? Like the worst person possible.
Because
and he
I
ends
never
up-
forget. I know no one
It's
here.
perfect.
By the way, finger guns at you.
Okay, well, take it away.
Yeah. As you
Aw.
continue walking down the stairs, darn it. Honestly, though, Kai, this is for you.
Oh boy.
She looks.
If you would like, I plan on telling her whatever she wants to know because she was free with information with us.
You got it. So she looks at you. So it's Kylendi, is it?
Yes.
Huh.
You could call me Kai.
Kai, are you planning on traveling to the Brightwood anytime soon?
I plan on following my party wherever we travel.
What about going home?
Only if there are beasts to be hunted there.
The only reason I ask is because if the consortium is there, and she at this point is leading you both, you and Harlan, down the set of stairs to what would be just a small sitting quarters at the exterior of what you would imagine. As you walk inside the chamber, there is a small sitting area with a table of the same stone that seems to have been hewn from the temple itself. In fact, as you emerge onto the second floor, the majority of this level is living quarters. So you imagine that individuals coming here for study, either in the pursuit of knowledge of Telenus, or those visitors who are of this fairly distinguished stature, would not necessarily stay at the Slippery Griffin or in the homes of the patrons or townspeople of Calder, but would be here at the Righteous Hold. So as you walk in, there's a small living quarters, and then you're able to see a very small opening or a doorway opening into what would look to be a hastily packed sleeping area, where you imagine there's just a guest quarters within the room itself, within the temple itself. And she gestures for you all to sit down around the table. If the rumors are true, it seems that there's a great deal of activity with my dog downstairs. It's insane. She's quite loud.
But is so nice and fluffy.
Always. Sorry, everybody, for hearing that. One of our dogs is loud. The other dog is quiet. Our cat
did we
is
get a dog?
non-existent.
No, you have a cat.
Yeah, the cat is quiet, therefore non-existent. So she's I'm worried about the reports I'm getting from Himenel, specifically coming northwards from Carafor's outpost. I don't know if you've ever traveled there, but I know you know its significance.
Reports from Himenel.
Yes.
What do they say?
There's not much detail. But
Do you have them? May I read them?
only through word of mouth and through the message that I had sent before. It would seem that there is the consortium is reporting that there is there's a collapse around the exterior of the outpost where Kerafol made the stand against the giants. I'm sure you know the story. I don't know much detail other than that small caverns have been discovered and there are strange energies affecting the land itself. Even the druids, I wish we would be called shortly. But it must just be rumor at this point. The Verdant Dominion has not been called. The consortium has just arrived on the scene, but I was wondering if you had heard anything different.
I have not,
Well, we can hope that...
but I will keep listening for news.
I hope that it is rumor. At this point, these types of things crop up every once in a while, and we're running rampant during Unlight. You know, any sort of intelligence to weaken what remains of the Argent Forest. At this point, I'm writing it off as rumor. But should you pass by Himenel on the way northward, it is out of the way, but should you pass by and perhaps there might be something to it. I don't know. But I
If
thought
we
I would
go
tell you.
that way, I will keep it in mind.
On my Kiranos, I'm not set to travel there. I'm actually moving to Tarvina next. And then from Tarvina, I'm traveling to Wywick. But
Why wait?
yes, indeed. I was set to leave this morning before Broudmore told me of your arrival and your need for information. So I understand you had questions about the Brightwood specifically, Arlen. Anything that I might offer?
I believe I asked them all earlier, like
Yes, I know.
anything remotely similar to what we've described to you, anything,
Yes, so...
any sites that even remotely connect to that, like just a couple of barren rocks that are odd for the area.
Oh, and you see her think for a moment. Within the Brightwood, we have created, around the Enclave, druidic centers for each school of magic. Recently, we have adopted 2 new schools. And there are rumors of a third, but the Seosta I don't think will allow it. Those new schools and their centers of power are established on lands that we, for lack of a better word, we ordain. We spend time actually doing and imbibing the land with magics related to those schools. Perhaps something there might provide insight, I don't know, but this is the only thing that if you mention specific sites, those are the only individual sites within the Brightwood that we know of and take part in founding outside of the Enclave itself.
But none that are naturally occurring.
There are many naturally occurring magical locations on Anayor. The Enclave itself sits upon one. It is of spring.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I don't know what else to ask you. We've already been over if she knows anybody on the way.
Yep.
Any possible other avenues once we get there. So I think we're good. Yeah,
Well,
that's all. Thank you.
In that case, I wish you luck on your travel. If there's anything that I might do to aid you, please don't hesitate. I will think about... I don't have a map of that area. I have a small one of the local area up to Falstad and around to Wywick. It's a small map, but one that I can procure for you and that I will share with you all online. Don't worry.
That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
I will do my best to copy down what I know in my next legs of the travel, and then give you what I can. But I do hope that your friend is able to make it home.
Me as well. Thank you.
I'm not convinced that he is the only one of his kind.
Well, he's said he's not.
No, I meant here, on the material plane. I'm sure that there are many on the Feywild, but it is... Are you familiar with the events of Unlight?
I don't know. Is Harlan familiar with the events of Unlight?
Ooh, give me a history check, Harlan.
Which one of my dice tonight?
If you would like to join in as well,
Yeah.
Kai, you can. That'd be a history check.
Is that cocked? A little bit.
Let's see. History.
That's
with
better.
our +1 is 21.
Was that a nat 20?
It sure was.
Nice.
I got a 15.
15. Kai, because you lived through about the last, 50 years of Unlight, give or take? However, you spent the majority of your time out hunting. You would know that the events occurring and leading up to the Unlight involved, from what you heard, it caused a lot of the Valinor elves to just retreat to the Argent Forest, specifically because the Age of Unlight beginning coincided with the Giant Wars beginning.
Okay.
Outside of that, the knowledge that you have would be that the magic of Unlight greatly affected the expanse of the Argent Forest, causing it to recede greatly, leading to a lot of loss of essentially land that the elves were living in at the time. It greatly strained relationships with a lot of the other large cities outside, specifically any cities who had a known arcane presence or locations of known arcane presence. You would also know that with a natural 20, you would know that the whispers throughout the generations of elves were always about tampering to the point of with any magic, not necessarily arcane, right? And that's key with a natural 20. The tampering with any magic is what led to taking it to the nth degree, and causing essentially this backlash that led to this dark age. Harlan, with the 15, actually, you would have heard from the streets and stories, right? A lot of people would, in terms of referencing it, they'd be, those who were hit hardest by this age were on Anayur. Trade prospered in the time. The other continents within Ylara were affected, although it seemed that the epicenter was on Anayur. You know that it did have to do with magic with that role.
Mm-hmm.
You're not necessarily sure what, but you are aware that the founding of the consortium is what began to see the tail end of Unlight end. That they specifically coincided.
Okay. So, not much.
I'll go ahead and share what I know.
Okay. And
Oh, very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's my little history lesson for you.
Neat. So as Clara now, she says, yes, that is true. Not much is known about the beginning of the age. We don't know what event or events actually caused the start. We believe that, at least within the Verdant Dominion, we believe that it was not just one event. It was many things that coincided, sort of a waterfall. But the true nature of which we don't know. Perhaps what worries me most is if the veil between planes is showing weakness, that was symptomatic of things that started the Age of Unlight. I'm not saying that this is the same thing occurring twice. I don't know. All I know is that this, to me, there are parallels. Perhaps it's just fear-mongering, but...
All right, well, I will leave that to you and your people to debate, and I will worry about my friend and getting him home.
Absolutely. I just thought I would share.
But you mean to tell me that his friends from before are now scattered around?
I don't know. It might be here, it might be on the other planes. I don't know. But it would make sense and stand to reason that if he had been sent elsewhere, perhaps they were as well.
Unless it was something he himself did.
You're right, I hadn't considered that. Frankly, we don't know, but I'm simply presuming. Well,
All right,
in
well,
any...
thank you for your information.
Absolutely.
I hope we've at least given you much to think on, and
A great deal.
we will leave you to your travels.
And you as well. I wish you the best of luck. And safe journeys, whichever route you decide to take. When you see her smile and stand from the sitting room and kind of begin to turn and go back to her packing that she had
That's a
cut in the
dismissal,
middle of.
clearly. We should get out of the living quarters now.
Oh.
we leave.
You all would walk back upstairs and just kind of see Babar and Carter ending their conversation up at the third level of the library, the righteous hold. Kind of clunking up the stairs behind you, Harlan and Kai, you see Broudmore carrying a tray of what looked to be water and light snacks that he's just... You imagine, like, at Harlan looking at it is a sense of propriety that he is going, I should probably bring something to these people who are visiting again. And he just kind of brings up beverages and
Did
small
you place an
plates.
order?
I place no order.
I just thought I'd bring up a small plates if you needed them.
He is not used to having the king here.
I didn't know that the Tristan family was here. Wyoven?
He's not.
Oh, well, all right.
He is the king.
And you see Broudmore look at you and go,
I
might
can't
just-
convince him otherwise. I don't know why.
I assumed it was an inside joke.
I think it might be. I just don't know it.
Absolutely. No
It
problem.
is not joke.
I'm just going to leave these here. And he sets down a tray, a small plate of like
Thank
water
you for the
glasses,
food.
and you see some small fruits and vegetable plates that have kind of been assorted and very fresh given the festival that just occurred.
I will go after a plate of those.
Absolutely. You see...
Well, I will impart the information we got from Clara to Babar about the druid schools and them all being on some form of blessed druid land.
So we are still heading to the Brightwood.
I'm not.
Why not?
I have responsibilities I must get back to. And your current company, I would cause problems with.
I have Is Broudmore still there?
No, he's left.
Okay. I have spoken to Carter. I'll look at Carter.
You don't have to do this. I have to go home regardless.
And what is it about present company that you think you would have problems with?
You seem to want to remain a mystery. And as long as you are a mystery, I will be a danger. And if I am a danger to you and his company, I am a danger to him, and I will not do that to him. So I will be leaving. You all can continue. I will go home and take care of my affairs. I have plenty.
Being 9-foot tall elephant is no way to stay secret.
Exactly.
I do not follow.
That's all right.
And I have
You're going to go
Your
with
reason.
them. I'm going to go a different way.
my own reasons for being
But you could
mysterious.
help us.
No, I cannot.
I do not see why.
Because whatever you're involved in, I don't want any involvement in.
I'm involved in helping him.
Exactly.
As were you, Harlan, and now you're prepared to throw away, not see it through to the end.
No, not at all. I gave him My word, I would help him. I have helped him to this point. I'm not even asking for the favor returned.
Then why did you help him this far?
Who wouldn't? He is a good man.
He is. He's a very good man.
Yes.
I'm just interested to see you leave so quickly, that's all.
You shouldn't be surprised.
At this point, I will stand up. If it is for balance, we cannot argue. Every person is responsible to know their balance. We cannot fight him. If you wish to go and break our deal, then go.
If that's how you see it.
And I will walk out down the stairs, head out to the front.
Okay. So as you make your way down, you pass on the stairs Broadmoor, who, sensing the raising of voices, started his way back up the stairs.
I am leaving, if not with him on his heels.
Got it. And as he passes, you see him. I imagine both of you just kind of walk past him on the way down. You just, all right.
Good day.
Good day.
Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you. Welcome back anytime. And he just kind of, as you are making your way down the stairs, he's, all right. Okay. And you see the top of Broadmoor's head approach the top. So?
Appreciate the hospitality, Broadmoor.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything I might assist with is,
When we are clear. Well played. Thank you.
is that all right? Is everything okay?
We will be fine.
All right. Just wanted to, check a bit.
Out loud, not in your head.
It's okay. We'll be okay without him.
All right, great. If you need anything, don't hesitate to. All right, you're always welcome. I'm gonna go, sort of clean up, festival and all. I'm sure that Lucy would really enjoy your help as well. I know that she's been rather put out at your disappearance, especially at her suggestion. So, just one. She's a nice lady, and she takes kindly to people quite quickly. So,
as Harlan leaves, can I insight check him to try to get a sense of why he was so quick to leave?
Sure.
17.
He
was because he was so adamant to help, and now he's not.
I would say.
I just find that interesting.
And correct me if I'm wrong on this, Harlan.
It's literally the reason I explained.
It's
Okay.
100% just the views.
Every time you've insight checked him, it has literally been what he has been saying.
Yep. Yep. I think it's just no.
And I assume we're moving at a pace, so when we, again, get out of your shot, or out of the building, and I'll turn to Harlan. You promise I will see you again.
Of course.
Then I shall see you soon.
Okay. Broadmoor kind of walks with you down the stairs. I know where you're going. Are you going back to the Slippery Griffin?
Do you?
Based on our conversations, yes, unless that's changed. Where would Harlan be going? So you have about a 10-minute head start given Broadmoor's conversation with Carter and Kai.
Who was it that promised to help us out? The governor person, the brewmeister?
Oh, yeah, the brewmeister.
Burmeister. Terrence Parton.
Yep. Terrence.
That guy, yes, thank you.
Yes.
Can I find him?
You can give me an investigation check. Absolutely.
I would probably just go follow Babar.
Okay.
7.
7. You set off in the direction that you think he would be. It's not a big town, right? And with your passive, this offsets because you're passive, fucking nuts. So You're able to
Dice
ask.
hate me.
Yeah, you're able to ask around, and it takes you the better part of, I'd say, 5 minutes before you get set on the right path. Again, not a big town, and you make your way back to a small building that's kind of secluded back. So from where the Slippery Griffin sits, it would be, as I look through my notes to make sure that I'm giving you the right directions. From where the Slippery Griffin sits, it would be across the way and on the building that's next to one of the gates traveling to the south. On the southward gate, the same way that you entered when you originally came to Calder. On the right-hand side, there is a small home attached to a larger, more official-looking structure, and you're able to tell that right off the bat because it is a wooden home attached to a large stone building. Knocking on the door, you hear a moment, and this halfling gentleman opens the door. Black hair, kind of parted down the middle, looking at you at the just kind of rough traveling clothes. Oh, Harlan? Hi.
I'm so very sorry to bother you. This is
come
where
in,
they
come in,
told
come
me.
in. And he invites you inside. It's a warm, inviting home with a hearth burning. And
Okay. I'm just looking for a horse, and I
a horse.
don't exactly have the full price available to me.
Well, I was going to give you, all of you, about 50 gold apiece. If you want to just maybe not take 50 gold and just take a horse, that's fine by me.
Done.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
absolutely.
That was easier than I thought. Where should I be going to pick up said horse?
Well, it seems like an even trade to me.
And he actually looks outside, points outside the window, and you see him stand up and just
Right outside, that's actually our blacksmiths. And it's a blacksmithy. They have a stable attached there to that
side.
side.
And you see as he points, there are about the stable of about 3 horses to the exterior of the blacksmith.
If you go there, Gink, she'll just let her know that here.
And he scuttles down and writes a note really quickly, tears it off a page and hands it to you.
Just give her this, and the sale's complete.
Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. And I'll take that and put it in my pocket. And that was literally all I came to do, was ask for your help.
You've done so much. I think that's a fair trade.
Well, I thank you, sir.
I hope wherever you're setting off to, it's nice.
I just need to get home quickly.
Oh,
I've been
well, in
gone
that case,
too far.
absolutely. In that case, feel free.
And he just says, if anything else you need?
That is all. Thank you so much.
Would you like to carry these pouches to your compatriots, or do you? I can take.
Either way.
I will. Here, you can take them.
And he gathers up 3 leather pouches and hands them to you.
All right. I'm not even opening them. I'm just hanging them onto them and handing them over when I see them.
Got it. So as you exit, making your way outside the exterior, Babar would have just been the blacksmith itself. As you approach, is called the exterior. There's a sign, the Azure Armory.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, there's the sound of clattering hammers and chains being kind of swung.
Not going there first.
Yep. But immediately across is the Slippery Griffin.
Okay.
Babar at this point, kind of given the ease of that conversation and his gait back to the Slippery Griffin, able to see him very easily. I mean, he's also a 9-foot Loxodon,
yeah.
so
That's why I'm easy.
hard to miss.
Well, then I will go back up to him and say, well, apparently that was reward. This is for the 3 of you.
He has 3 leather pouches.
1 for each of you, I'm assuming.
Do I need this here?
Yes. It's what they use in place of bartering. Those have value for things.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm just gonna stand there holding just.
Somebody will take those if you just hold them out. They're very valuable. That's better. Go find Kata and Kai and give them each one of those.
Which one?
Does not matter. He did not specify, he just handed me those.
Okay. I will turn and walk in and just stand in the entryway.
As you see Babar standing in the entry, you make your way towards the Azure Armory, I imagine? Harlan?
No, I go pack up my belongings and then
Gotcha.
hit the armory.
Okay, so I would say with the timing, you all would have been making your way about halfway across the street, given your conversation with Broudmore, Kai, and Carter, with Babar standing in the middle of the doorway as Harlan is making his way across the street to the Azure Armory. So it's this weird, like, Tetris of... You know the Rush Hour game? That's what I imagine this is. The cars moving across the grid. Carter and Kai, as you approach Babar, he is standing in the entryway with the door open of the Slippery Griffin with a very concerned and, although slightly relieved looking Lucy behind the bar just staring at him. Just, Babar, what do you... Never mind.
People will take these from me if I show you what they are.
What is it?
Oh, you're here. And I will open my hand and hand them each back. People will take these if you hold them out.
As you take a look at the small leather pouch, worn leather tied together with a drawstring, opening up inside, you see 50 gold pieces.
I
So each of
immediately
you can
put
add-
it in my jacket.
Yep,
Yep.
50 gold pieces. So all of you can
I'm
add the 50
seeing
gold.
them do that.
Babak,
Yes, Carter.
I'm going to assume you guys don't have currency in the Feywild.
We barter.
All right. So think about.
Neither of you are concerned that he just showed up with 3 bags of gold.
Oh yeah, that's ours.
I need money, so
Well, I also,
think
if I remember correctly, Terrence did mention he was going to give you guys a reward.
Yeah. Think of this like.
But also Babar just like fucking...
Think about this. This is your bartering power. I'll teach you if you want. I'll show you how to use it.
Okay. When you travel with the king, there is no charge.
I can imagine there probably isn't, but I've never been in the presence of a king. Unless you're talking about Harlan. Is he the king or
Harlan
Harlan's the
is
king?
the
All right.
king of Port Thorstead.
Oh, he's from Port Thorstead.
I'm not even there. I can't even do it.
Nope.
I can't.
But somewhere in the back of your mind, Harlan, I'm not the king.
I'm just upstairs twitching.
Well,
He gave orders to Big Man.
big man. What big man?
You're the big man.
He was shorter, yes. But he had big armor and was very quick.
It's fascinating. So it doesn't seem like Harlan's planning on traveling with us.
No.
And that bothers you?
Harlan saved me. But if it is for balance, then I cannot fight. We cannot fight.
Fight him? I have no intention of fighting him.
Fighting him on leaving.
It did seem like there was little point. His mind was made up.
Yes.
At which point, Lucy, as you all are having this conversation, in the open doorway, looks at you and, if you want to come inside, we can get you a spot of food, actually, instead of standing in an open doorway, letting the air come inside.
Were you raised in a barn? I mean, really?
No, the fate.
Don't get me wrong, I love the lot of you, but I need you to come inside.
I'll move in and sit at my regular stone table.
As you
Babak,
sit down.
May I ask you a question?
If it is about my crown, no.
No, I promise I will not ask any intrusive questions going forward. Do you want Harlan to come with us? Balance aside, if you could have it your way, would you want him to see you through to the Feywild?
We had a deal.
All right.
But-
has that deal been completed? Has it been finished?
In each of our minds, it is different.
All right. in your mind, has this deal been met? Have the conditions been met?
I have not completed my side of the bargain. The trade is not complete.
All right. Therefore, he probably should not leave. Am I correct in this line of thinking?
What is correct is not always right.
You are right there, my friend.
But is not correct.
You are not wrong.
We will continue our travel. And if our paths cross again, then so be it.
So we still head north.
We head north.
When do we leave?
I am ready. I have no...
At this point, you see Lucy with arms, platters, full of food. What? Even so soon?
We might be.
After we eat.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
okay. I prepared this.
we
It's,
eat.
her left arm is just a platter of vegetables. I prepared this for you, so
At this point, I will let her set it all down.
she just kind of clanks it down.
I will pull out my pouch of 50 gold and plug it on the table. Thank you. The trade is complete.
She opens the pouch, and you see her look at you, Carter, and look at you, Kai, and go, all right, I'm going to take 2 of these, and that'll cover everything. And you all make sure that he takes it with him.
We will do that, thank
She
you.
takes 2 gold pieces.
Have you seen Harlan?
A bar.
It's at
Those
this point,
worth
actually.
Many meals. Many meals.
But she has been very nice.
Yes. Ask her how much she wants next time.
How much do you want?
Well, for these sort of services, it's only 2 gold is plenty.
I will pull out 2 gold and put them on the table.
Already been paid for, dear. That's totally fine.
I have already put my pouch away.
Lucy, why don't you think of it as a tip, dear?
All right, I'll.
This one, yes.
Okay. Do you want beer?
Mead, please.
All right, mead. And do you want tea? You like tea and milk, Carter?
Please, yes. Hot.
Bobber, do you want a saucer of mead or water, or do you want tea and milk like Carter?
Mead.
Mead in a saucer?
The biggest.
Saucer. Got it. Understood.
Maybe a bucket.
Yeah, absolutely. She disappears back behind the counter. While she is doing this and this conversation is happening, Harlan, you approach these your armory.
What? Oh, did I get my stuff packed up?
Yeah.
Then yeah.
You had already been like, you were
So he
entering
was-
use your armory as you guys were.
Oh,
like,
so he's already packed up and gone?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This
Okay,
is like
yeah,
in
then-
Rush Hour, you were talking to Babar as Harlan was in the armory itself.
All right then, yeah.
You walk in. Gink is a very noticeably half-elven woman, thick. I mean, just jacked. Beneath her leather armor that she's wearing.
Yes.
As you walk inside, she's got cropped, stark white hair, piercing blue eyes, and she goes, "Oi, what can I do for you?"
I come from, what was it? Terrence. Terrence?
Yeah.
Terrence.
Terrence sent me. He gave me this note.
Takes it again, looks at it. All right, take your pick.
That's that simple.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell everybody about this town when I get home. This is where they need to come and
Good.
Break.
Any more trade?
Yeah.
Do you want to buy anything? Knives, armor?
Actually,
You like, from what I see on you, and you see her look you up and down, you attack light, carry light, and you use daggers. So I've got light iron daggers for about 3 silver apiece if you want them.
well,
3 of them.
I've got a number of daggers and dots I just need to get rid of.
Oh. Let me take a look at one of them.
I'll hand her one of each. And what's the difference between a light iron dagger and a regular dagger?
No difference.
Nothing? Okay.
It's her salesmanship.
Got it.
She's, yeah, pay for it. Though to be good, some of them have a little bit dents in them, but that's all right. I can work that out.
Awesome.
Silver apiece for the daggers, and let's say you about 5 silver for the lot of your darts.
You can have all the dots, that's fine.
All right.
And I'll give up 5 daggers.
All right. And she pays you the 15. So 15 silver, 5 silver. So 2 gold in total is what you will walk away with.
Okay.
And she says, "All right. Well, here, let me get you this. Go pick your horse, and I'll meet you outside with your pack."
Okay, sounds good. What kind of horses are there?
You have a chestnut mare.
Uh-huh.
There is a light ash gray speckled stallion, very clearly a stallion, and then you have what looks to be more of a pack horse that is used for manual labor. That is just a nice. It's a deep brown.
Okay, when she comes back, I'm going to ask who the runner is.
Oh, the runner. That there will be this one here. This one, his name is. Well, I actually call him a vor, and she points at the ash and speckled.
And who's the one with the stamina?
Oh, well, that one you're going to want her. This little lady. I call her lady, and she points at the chestnut
And that's the mare, not the pack horse.
mare.
Right.
not the
Okay.
horse. With either one, you're going to have a great one, but I have to tell you right now, it's going to take you a bit longer to get used to Ivor than it is for a lady.
Hold on, I have to figure out what Harlan would do here.
All right, you got it.
The mare.
All right.
Yeah, the mare.
She hands you the right.
Yep.
Safe travels.
Thank you, ma'am.
Turns before you're even able to think, she turns and is back inside, already working.
Okay, well, there
The
you
whole
go.
interaction lasted 3 minutes.
That was quite easy. Then I'm going to go do my thing.
All right, you got it. So, out of town. Okay, the 3 of you are eating your meals. Anything else that you'd like to do in that time?
Is the tavern full?
At this point, more and more people are coming in. It's approaching the mid-afternoon, the 5 o'clock hour, so you see people coming in, farmhands from the field.
So I suppose we get a move on, or do we want to wait until...
Before we go, we should get some supplies.
Probably right.
Our last camping excursion wasn't as comfy as it could be.
I packed you some food, and you see Lucy kind of timidly come up behind you and just, "This is enough rations for about a week for each of you." And,
That is
Thank you,
wonderful.
Lucy.
it's for, you paid
I have an idea.
for a tip, so... This one's on the house, Babar, you don't have to pay.
But I have
Promise me one thing. Come back and visit.
14.
Come back and visit me, Babar.
We will give her more the next time we are here.
Absolutely. Next time.
If that is what you wish as a trade.
Absolutely. That's what I wish as a friend, Babar.
Babar, I have an idea. We might need some other supplies, and I think I know just how to get there.
The general goods store.
Well, no. Yes.
Thank you, Lucy.
But remember,
You're welcome, Babar.
I got an idea. Could you come with me?
Are we leaving?
No, we'll be back before we leave. But
Can I finish eating?
Yes?
Thank you.
I thought he was done. I'm sorry. Also, what's your limit? Category? Neutral? I guess I wouldn't know that.
It's not, no.
You don't need to tell me. I'm just curious if this will work with you.
Are we ready?
When you are,
Then we should get the things we need and go.
Alright.
All right, so you pack up your items, finish your meal. Each of you receive a very tight hug. It's a little bit more difficult for you, Babar, from Lucy, but you gather that she's, much as Bradmore said, quick to attach. And with that, make your way where before you hit the road?
I
to
want-
hit a general store.
And I want to go to the herbalist with Babar.
You want to go to Alto?
Yeah, I do.
You go back. Okay. You go back to the Cordial Burrow as a group.
Yes.
Knocking on the door,
Cordial Burrow.
opening up inside. You see Alto again opening the door. Just at this point, kind of face covered in just what looks like a variety of smudges of dirt and various.
On
sundry
the way
things.
over, I've got the mage hand on my shoulder.
Got it. And as you do, he says, "Oh yeah, hello there,
Carter.
Duncan.
Duncan's just an alias I go by sometimes. It's fine.
You are a big person.
And you are very small.
That is
I thought
correct.
I thought before we left you might want to meet my friend here.
I do. And he extends his hand up to you, and you rather it barely reaches your waist.
Could we come in?
Oh, three of you.
Sure.
Well,
Why not?
all right. Come on inside. And he welcomes you inside. It smells, for the two of you who haven't gone here the first time, it smells just kind of a general must, damp air.
Am I crouched over?
Soil.
Is it-
You are 100% crouched over inside. You're about a foot too short for this room.
Before we go in, I'm just gonna kind of pat your head back and under my breath, but just trust me, my friend. We're okay.
So, what can I did not introduce myself. I am Alto
I can't look at this guy.
Stouthar.
So where are we standing when we're in there?
He's
I
just
can't.
kind of taking you inside. There's what you do notice right off the bat is that the majority of the goods that he has, there is a significantly fewer amount, and any of the more specialty items have been removed.
So the potions aren't there anymore?
There are about 3 of the ruby red,
Yeah.
but 1 in each of the baskets at this point, as opposed to the more variety that was out seemingly.
So I want to position myself like almost behind him, so that he's kind of focusing more on.
I'd like to make a big show of my introduction and tip my hat to him.
Really?
My name
Oh,
is
no.
Gailandi Hrothgar.
So give me a performance check.
And then hoping that he's distracted and like waiting till Alto is distracted.
10.
I'm gonna try to steal 2 potions.
Ten?
Fortuitous, I'm out of town, actually.
So in your show, you actually flourish and smack into the counter a little bit, and just kind of thunk. And he goes, "Oh, you
Ooh, there's-
right there.
Not much room in here.
You're not wrong.
Well, especially with our friend here.
Yeah, absolutely. So give me a sleight of hand check. Yes, that works.
I guess this will determine if I see it or not.
Yeah,
Oh,
Good, 11.
11. As you're talking, there is this little. Once again, there's this strange little of the sound of something rattling against the wicker that is audible for everybody in the room.
I want to be close to it so that I can like. How cramped is it?
It's 10 feet by about 15 feet.
Cool. I want to act like again knowing that I'm failing. I want to act like I trip.
Yeah. So as you hit the one closest to you, he's whoa, just
Sorry, my
careful.
So what
That is glass
exactly
in
do
there.
you sell in this shop here?
I am a purveyor.
Exhibit A,
Of-
why Harlan can't travel with these guys.
Alchemy and
I'm trying,
other
the rules aren't
liquid.
working.
He's a freaking law
Good.
enforcement officer. He cannot travel with these guys.
I make items that, well, and you see him sit back and struggle for a minute, and he goes, they're designed to,
I'd like to insight check his stuttering and see if I understand why he's stuttering.
absolutely, give me an insight check.
Alto, how much did you say these were?
Those there are 50
18.
gold pieces.
50 gold pieces. All right.
And if at any point I need to make a wisdom save for the actions I'm seeing,
Please do.
let me know.
You gonna be mad at me?
I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen.
Let's make magic items. Okay, well, I'm gonna really call him out right now.
Okay. Pardon me.
So I gather you make magic potions and have magic items here.
Well,
You see, I'm a cleric. I deal with magic
oh,
all
you're
the time.
familiar with the more. Well, these here actually, and you see him just kind of. He's very, very clearly is resigned in the fact that, well, shit, right? He's used to dealing with farm people who are like, this is super helpful and cool, thank you, right? These are designed to provide some minor healing to you.
Healing potions.
Yes, those would be the ones.
Wonderful.
Yes.
These are greatly useful.
I believe so.
And you sell them for...
50 gold pieces per.
A good price.
I would be more than happy to reduce that should you not tell anyone about them and
Oh,
their
I
regular
wouldn't dream of
properties.
it.
So 45 gold apiece.
Could you do 40?
Give me a persuasion check.
This is drastically different
14.
from the experience Lamar has had on the material plane so far.
14.
14.
Oh, Jesus.
This is
I didn't even think of that.
He looks and he goes,
This is
I'm
not how
not so
this goes.
sure I could do that for you, Mr.
What
Duncan.
else do you have to sell here?
Thus far, I have those 3 potions that do some of the healing for you. And Mr. Duncan, you would understand, given our previous
There was really no
conversations,
waterboarding in the last one.
I can
this-
do 45. It's fine.
This is the materials to make it happen are a little bit.
I
Yes,
understand.
absolutely.
Do you
I'd
ha-
be taking a loss as it is.
Do you have anything that's
You're gonna
not a
put yourself at
potion for
disadvantage
sale?
everybody.
Plants.
Just some herbs or plants?
Yeah, I have some willow sage. I have some of the crops that the farmers grow.
I give him 45 gold.
And he'll, as he's explaining this to you, Kai, you see him out of the corner of your eye just take 45 gold and pick up one of the potions and hand it to Carter like mid-conversation, not even batting an eye.
Would you like to see some magic before we go?
I'd prefer not to.
Then I shan't show you any.
All right.
Thank you.
It's just a regular.
Having an actual aneurysm while this is going on.
Babar, I need you to please give me a wisdom save.
This. Oh no. This is breaking me.
The stress of the event.
That'd be a 4.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's a D8, right?
Yeah. I need you to
And
give me a
Exhibit C, why I had to
give me a
leave.
Constitution save, please.
And a con save?
Yep.
Okay, I'm good at those.
Are you?
Well, not that
Are
good.
you?
That's a 12.
So roll a d8.
8.
Oh, you fucking oh good.
Uh-huh.
Oh good.
Is that what I think it is?
I think it is. I'm gonna triple check.
Please be flumps. Please be flumps. Please be flumps.
I gotta
can't roll
pull
well
it up
anymore.
again.
This is great.
Oh no.
Nobody can.
Yeah.
He has
No,
run
you
through
have-
here with sage or something.
I
and
need
dispelled
Kai
our mojo.
and
Guy.
Carter to please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh dear.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yes, wisdom save.
God, this is so different.
12.
Anything I've been used to.
12. Fail.
Okay.
9.
Fail. Ironically enough, Alto succeeds. You hear the bleeding, although
blamed,
slightly
not in
subdued
town.
trumpeting sound from Babar's trunk as he is hunched over. It's a little bit more of like a bleat than this all-out horn trumpet of him going into this rage. And you see, for you, Babar, you are fully aware of what is happening around you as the rage pulses in your body. And as you do, you immediately get the sense of... You immediately get the sense from Kai and Carter that there is no hostility or ill will towards you. However, they are both attempting to make their wiles aware so that Alto is able to give the best deal possible. And you are immediately aware of it. Alto at this point hearing this goes, "Whoa, okay, I thought you said no magic."
I did not show you any
Your
magic.
big friend made a loud noise.
It was just a noise.
My friend, are you okay? And you see him, he kind of walks up to you and puts his hand on your knee. Is it cramped? Is it cut? I've got something for it if you need it.
So I'm fully aware of
You
what's
are
going on
fully
now?
aware, and after about this has been about 6 seconds, so in another 2 seconds, it's all going to fade away.
Quick, someone hit him.
Oh no. Oh no. This is...
Do I know what's
I
going
gain
on?
Give me an
awareness.
intelligence check.
I gain awareness that they're just trying to haggle and
Yes.
Intelligence.
and that he has tried to steal.
So you are only aware of that moment. So
Okay.
you're not aware of previous acts. You're only aware of that moment.
18.
18. You are familiar with certain certain practices of warriors who, in order to, like the way that they protect themselves,
This is
you've not
so
seen it
different.
frequently,
It's
right?
never good.
You're more familiar with fighters who are truly like It is an art form that they have perfected, and they strive for it every day. You are also and have read about barbarians who fly into fits of anger to protect themselves from the pain of the experience that they are currently experiencing. For most of them, it is by choice.
So he doesn't like what I did.
You gather that.
Okay. Well, shit. All right. Well,
And you immediately come out, your body, the muscles no longer tense, and you feel the soft pat, 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 pat on your knee of Alto as he looks up at you, fear in his eyes. Everything all right, friend? I don't know why I'm yelling. You're big.
You
I
are
honestly
charging
like you said no magic
outrageous
on a t-shirt.
prices.
I'm charging
That
outrageous
was really
prices.
like you said no magic on a t-shirt.
That is a lot. And in the Feywild, they are more common.
Okay. Make an intimidation check with advantage using your strength modifier instead of your charisma.
Are you really trying to barter with your rage? right now?
Intimidation with advantage, you say?
Using your strength modifier instead of your charisma.
That'd be 22.
I can go as low as 35. On the next one.
can I have that money back now, please?
Oh, rage bartering.
Make
That
a-
would make
make a
most
check.
sense.
I'm gonna
That's a new low.
friends him too.
Oh, so
Can
make
I-
an intimidation check with
Advantage.
With advantage.
Intimidation.
Yeah.
21.
Absolutely. And he looks between the three of you. So
he
if
gives
I
me-
give you back 15 and I'm only going to charge 35 for that one, could you just give me 20 gold for that one and then please leave?
So I gave him 45. He's gonna give me 15 back.
Yeah.
Did you eat something bad?
No.
The bar.
You gather that he is. You rolled a fucking 21, and somebody
Alright.
just raged at his presence. He wants you gone.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 5 more gold, and you give me 2.
Make an intimidation check at this point would be.
I will
this is-
grab Carter.
No, because you said he's gonna give me 15 back, and he wants 5 more, or he wants 20 more.
Yeah, he wants.
Oh, I
20 more.
misunderstood you.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Never mind.
No worries.
I'll just take the 15 gold back.
Says, here's the gold.
Hey, friend.
35 for the other one if you want it.
I will pull out 2 gold and set it down.
We
That
need
is a tip, and I will go to work my way out.
Good day. And I
There's
walk
a
out
man
too.
who is standing. Not with you. Please don't come.
Cut. Time to go. Time to go.
Please don't come back. Please don't
We
come
will
back.
see you later.
Oh, please don't.
Have a wonderful evening.
Uh-huh. And you close the door and having emotionally scarred this individual.
I will look at Carter and I will say, people do not mess with us because they know what we can do.
That was fun.
Let
Tell
us
me next
go
time.
to
All right, I will.
the
Writing this down. Babart likes to see.
to the next store.
We should go.
Yes,
the
I
general
agree.
store.
We should.
We should go.
We need supplies.
We will get them in the next town.
We have enough food.
No one will believe him unless the elephant is still here. We will go.
That's some logic.
How? So.
So do you all make your way out of the town?
Okay.
I set off. I'm out of there.
Alright. You all begin making your way northward, using a general sense of... So, based upon our conversation, just kind of to bring things to out of game, right? You were heading towards Falstad by land
Did
as
we-
the byway to travel to...
Because we got that map, right?
Brightwood, yes.
Okay, we got the map. I'll follow the map.
Yeah.
Lead.
Okay, so for the sake of this, what I'm going to do is we're going to do some fast travel. Sound like a plan? I need perception checks from one person per night. So we're only going to do the first 2 nights at this point.
20.
20 for your first. Got it. And who's taking the second night?
I'll take the second night, and that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Okay. Night 1 passes without incident. It's a little uncomfortable because you are roughing it, having not stopped to pick up actual supplies.
Got a blanket.
You have a blanket. You're able to get a fire started, and then rest in camp. Night 2 would arrive, and Carter, as you are watching the evening as it continues to progress, around you you see you've made some significant progress, right? You've traveled about let's see, with standard travel rates, you guys aren't dashing to take exhaustion, you're just going at normal pace. You've traveled about 58 miles-ish north, give or take a few miles. The land has been rolling grasslands at this point. The heat is becoming less humid and more dry. You gather as you are continuing to travel northward, approaching the outskirts of the Unole Desert. This night, though, the sky is clear, and you find yourself settled into a small glade with a sparse amount of trees. There is a small rock formation that you have kind of settled behind for safekeeping. I would imagine you all would have the wherewithal to settle. Yeah, I would hope. Your small fire, as you sit and take in the locale, and as you do, you notice out of the corner of your eye, only with the 20, out of the corner of your eye, there is a flittering of movement about 80 feet out. Roughly humanoid sized, however, considerably bulkier.
How far is Kai and...
Why don't I show you?
Oh, he's going to show me.
Battle camp.
Battle camp.
Battle camp.
There's a tree. And another tree.
The first tree we can't see.
It's 9. It's because there's...
There we go.
Bushy.
and bushes.
Bushies.
And sorry, everybody at home. Actually, could you pass that to me? That stone right there. Thank you, friend. Appreciate you. You're not here. Asleep. Meditating.
And I saw the
In the same direction you are facing.
about 80 feet away.
Yes. It
Okay.
is also at this point that we are going to go to a break.
Hey.
Alrighty, and we are back. So, when we left off, you all had been camping in a field. Kai, meditating in a deep trance-like state, as elves tend to do. Babar, sleeping peacefully, although the memories of the last couple of days kind of stirring around in your head. It was tough to fall asleep. Carter, reading, keeping an eye out, seeing one shadow flit over the horizon. But before we dive into that, I'm going to have to ask everybody but Kai to leave the room.
That took me a second to process. I was like, wait, what?
That's me. I'm staying? What? Okay.
I'm indecent.
What are you doing at
Oh
the table?
boy.
Wouldn't you like to know?
No, that's not.
Okay. As you are in your meditative trance-like state, you find yourself all of a sudden shifting and transported over the horizon, lifted up above in the clouds, carried swiftly south, passing over the familiar locales of Calder that you've seen before, knowing that there's Port Thorsted to your, well, this would be to the west of you, flying over two unknown towns and a massive oasis to the east. You find yourself flowing over the ocean before landing on a large isle of densely packed jungle. The first thing that hits you is the humidity, an increase in heat. As you look around on solid ground, you find that you have no form. But where you land, you find yourself in the middle of a series of large ziggurat-style temples with strangely winding serpentine stone statues all around the peripheral of your vision. The next thing that hits you is the smell. Iron and ozone, like blood mixed with lightning in the vicinity. It's energy crackling and sizzling around you. It takes you a moment, and as you look, you see a figure wearing a heavy cloak, body lithe and twisting in almost impossible ways for any normal humanoid to move, over which an altar. Though the vision is obscured, You notice that they're intently working away, wheeling, moving. In the back of your head, you hear a low crackle of thunder just echoing over the horizon. Looking around, you see lightning arcing through the sky. And all at once, the head whips back and looking in your direction. Strangely reptilian, coming to a very fine point. Eyes yellow wide with the slit of a pupil. It's hello. I see you now. Go! And it throws its hand out at you. And you find yourself thrown back, landing on your back, wind knocked from your ethereal lungs. And as you look around, you find yourself seated in the very base of a massive coliseum. You are now lying on a bed of sand, and as you pick yourself up in the center, clouds begin to swirl and form above you. And as you do, the thunder and lightning begins to intensify. And there is this the sound of 1,000 chants, although there are no bodies within the stands of this massive coliseum filled the vicinity and all your eyes set around you. And as you pick yourself up off the sand, you look, no shield, no warhammer, just yourself and your splint armor, standing in the center of a coliseum, while a massive figure standing at least 3 times as large and looming of Babar. Not the same figure, but just 3 times as large. Bulky, cloaked in shadow, walking towards you, just... Show me. And in the back of your mind you hear, call to me, Kailandi. Call. I'm going to need you to roll for initiative.
Oh, that's not good. 6.
6, okay. This entity, as you are in your dreams now, looks at you, and from its side, a strange long hammer forms, twisting and writhing in almost a serpentine-like fashion. He grips it, the shadowy form, fuzzy and indistinct, charges at you, making 2 strikes. That is a 25 to hit, and a 29 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
As it swings, the massive hammer, and as it slams down on you, there is this arcing ozone-like energy that surrounds you. And you see it strike, and as the shadowy, indistinct figure tries to break through, you see the lightning shatter in the back of your head. Call to me, Kailandi, call! And you take half damage from both of those strikes as he wings back, and half damage for each of those would be 8 points of damage. It is now your turn as the entity steps back and just...
Can I try to channel divinity to try and call the cord? Because I think that's what's happening.
So what I would do is, how would you call to cord?
By grabbing my necklace that I have.
So reaching down, grabbing, I need you to roll for me. Go ahead and roll a D100, and I will tell you what happens.
Shit, where did it go? Oh, there it is. 93.
93. Okay. You reach and grab your holy symbol. All of a sudden, this strange lightning begins to arc across the sky. You see it intensifying and meeting at a singular point before it finally strikes down on your form. And as you feel the lightning lance around you, energy like you have never felt before enters your veins, immediately stitching your wounds and healing you for what you would for all of the damage that you had taken. I'm going to roll it just to be sure. Yeah, all the damage you've taken plus some, if that's even possible. And as you look down, holding in your hand, you see an arcing maul of lightning energy ending and twisting in 2 forlorn faces of giants in your hand. And as you do, the entity itself, large and giant in form, you see the body language change and tense. Make 2 strikes with advantage. Add 12.
17.
Thank you. Hits.
15.
15. 15 hits as well. That is the AC. As you take this maul around, I need you to... it's going to be a lot. 3d6 of bludgeoning damage and 1d6 of lightning damage, please. for each strike.
13 total on the first one.
All right, as it slams into the shadowy form, you see part of it begin to drift away into the ethereal circumstance around you.
And 14.
Next, you strike down, bringing the maul in where the chest would be. And as it slams into it, the shadow dissipates. And you find yourself once again pulled forward back into the jungle expanse where you were. And the entity that was there is now standing directly in front of you, a reptilian snake-like face. One eye bright red, the other eye gold. Slits running down each of them and goes, "I'll be waiting for you." And as he stares at you, you find yourself waking up from your meditation. And as you look, you see on your right arm, looking down, Leichenberg figures that are slowly fading into the skin. Okay, and we're going to invite everybody else in now. Come on in.
Oh, I think.
Welcome back, gentlemen.
You dead yet?
he is
Probably.
He's still on the ground.
There he is, 2 hit points.
So, Carter, as you see this flit out of the corner of your vision, immediately beside you, Kylandu, who you've become used to in that deep meditative stance, sharp intakes of breath as he begins looking at himself, just kind of glancing over his form.
You all right there, friend?
Yes.
Maybe we should talk later. There's movement out there.
Movement where?
A point with the cane.
I'll get up immediately and be ready.
I'm gonna nudge Babar awake.
Babar, you kind of feel a nudge on your side and see Carter standing over you, kind of looking with a sense of urgency in his face.
Can you move me a little bit towards that bush?
You got it. So make a perception check for me, Kai.
Like right about there. It's
D&D out of
17.
context is
17?
awesome.
Looking
Move
around, you
towards the
see
Yeah.
Groristro shows up.
as you continue looking around, you see nothing in the immediate vicinity where Carter had initially pointed out the movement, but as you look on your left-hand side, a ways away, about 80 feet, in the darkness and clear night for all things considered, a small flitter of movement, very quickly, just out of the corner of your eye.
What is it, Carter?
There's some movement out here.
We are in the outdoors. There is movement.
Yeah, but there's not supposed to be humanoid movement.
You did not say it was humanoid.
Sorry, I'll make sure that
Babar, get up.
lead off with that.
I will stand up.
Okay, as you stand, what's your AC?
16.
16? Okay. You take
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
And then you explode.
6 points of piercing damage as the javelin streaks out from the night and slams into your side, cutting through your side. I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative.
Fuck it.
That also includes you, Greg.
Buddies!
So far, so good. Oh, sorry you can't join our group.
Okay,
What was
25
yours,
to
Warren?
20.
Aw.
Oh, I forget. Level 3, 20 to 15.
17.
15 to 10.
11.
Okay.
We're the same.
We are the same.
10 to 5.
Mm-mm.
5 to 1.
3?
3.
He's fine.
What's your
Just a
dexterity
slow
modifier?
barbarian.
Plus 2.
What's your dexterity modifier?
+2.
Give me a roll off. Dex roll off, please. See who goes first.
I rolled an 8.
I rolled a 7.
All right, Carter, you'll go first.
Jesus Christ.
You guys are doing good.
Ooh.
Get those out of the way, though. I mean, really.
To be fair, they rolled shit initiative too.
Who's
Okay.
they? What are we looking at?
Oh, that's a great question.
Oh, good. I'm glad I asked. That's not the direction you said.
They've been moving. They very, very quick.
Okay, so as the javelin slits by you, slamming into your arm, Babar, you feel a pulse of rage-like energy in the back of your head. This time, seemingly, you feel control. Top of the round, Kai.
That's exciting.
Do I see them?
After you hear the, you spin around and are able to, in the darkness, make out the one that has just thrown the javelin. You see it just kind of.
This one right here.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and move.
All right, you got it.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Toll the Dead.
All right, that is a wisdom save.
It sure is.
That's a natural 19 plus 1 for a dirty 20.
Makes it.
You're boom in the evening as it tolls out. This for you signifies what I would say. Greg, is this signifies for you?
Oh, you're talking. I'm like.
Yes, I am talking. Yes.
Sorry, I
No
was.
worries. This signifies to you, after hearing this, you've kind of gathered what's been occurring, having understood the travel path at this point, and yep. And I will let you know kind of where you're placed. I imagine that you and I are thinking the same thing.
Okay.
So, anything for your bonus action?
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right, as a bonus action, spiritual weapon comes in. What is the form of your spiritual weapon?
It is a greatsword.
As you toll the dead, boom, and notice that the entity just,
He's thinking like a lightning bolt.
you see this
Hammer.
swirling greatsword of light blue and arcing energy emerge from the ground next to the entity. As it just, all right, next up.
Okay. Oh, I get to pick wherever?
Yep.
Right there.
Right there.
Can I be in a tree?
You can be.
That one. And I'm just gonna be hidden.
You got it.
Oh, I like that. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Where did he go? He's hidden in the tree. Which tree? You'll never know. Follow the trees.
Thank you, 3D printed tabletop.
She is, actually.
Okay.
We might not know.
You're gonna hold.
She?
Are you holding an action? Are you just sitting tight?
I'm sitting tight, watching and waiting.
Right.
They're not in trouble yet.
You got it. Next up, Carter.
All right. Can I discern from the path of the javelin that
You certainly can.
that's the one that came
Yep.
from, and I can see that one clearly enough?
You can.
Can I tell what it is?
Do you want to take your action to
No,
try
I
to
don't.
reduce? Yeah.
No, I don't. All right. I can see a javelin clearly stuck into my friend here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to turn to this way where I can see this motherfucker. 5, 10, 15. All right, I'm within 50 feet. So, seeing that we kind of are getting surrounded, I'm going to look at this fella, look at Babar, and say, "We show strength in what we're good at, right?"
Yes.
All right. Well, fuck this. And as a
No.
He's
fuck it.
fucking.
sorry.
We will talk later. It's fine.
Sorry, you're right.
Once this ends, we will talk about catchphrase.
Fuck it then. So I'm going to, as a action, I'm going to cast a cantrip spell. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Okay.
So I need this fella here to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
It's a 19 minus 2 for a 17.
Son of a bitch, will it save the save? That's fine. Unless the saving throw is successful, the target...
Yeah, I rolled hot. Sorry
unless
about
the
that.
saving throw is successful, the target takes... Okay, so it is successful, so that doesn't matter. So I see
mine
that
too.
not work. So as a bonus action then, I can see that didn't work. All right, well, we're just going to try something else then. And as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Mind Thrust.
All right.
And I need you to make another intelligence saving throw.
That's a 12.
You fail. So you do take 3d6 damage. Psychic damage. I can reroll once. Can reroll that one. Oh, so 2, 4, 6 damage.
6 damage, okay.
And on your next turn, that fella can only use its action to dash or disengage.
Got it. As the energy slams into it, you see this entity's head just shake its head and just looking around, trying to figure out and deduce what is really occurring in the space. Anything else that you'd like to do with your turn, Carter?
I'm going to take a 10-foot step back that way.
You got it. Next up, Babar.
So I can see the one that Kai is after.
Yes.
And I can obviously see the one that javelined me.
Yep. I would also say that you do feel the rage bubbling up inside you, and you kind of just, you understand instinctually this is what it...
Okay, in that case... Yeah, I'm going to turn around and look at the one that hit me with the javelin, and I'm going to try to tap into that rage.
All right, you go into a rage just once more. You now feel it, although it is very new and raw, rush over you. Your eyes film over red, and you find yourself raging. Go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
Another 8.
All right, so as you are facing that is a ranged spell attack roll, if I'm not mistaken, or is that a save on my part?
Each creature within the line must succeed on a con save.
Con save.
Or take 2d8.
That is a 16. I think it takes half otherwise.
Or take 2d8. No, it doesn't do anything.
All right, so you all, after seeing Babar tap into his rage, Carter, you now, like right next to it, essentially, see Babar hunch over, muscles tighten, jaw clench, and from his chest, a beam of bright white light fires out of his chest, rocketing towards this strange reptilian entity. And as it strikes into it, you see the entity move out of the way, just barely able to dodge it in time. And Kai, it illuminates the area, throwing into stark relief.
The fuck was that?
Fuck it.
Oh, good. We have company.
And then I'm going to charge some board.
All right.
30, which is within range, and then I'm going to swing my glaive.
You do it. Go ahead and roll to hit, please.
16?
16 will hit.
6 plus 2 more is 8 points.
8 points of damage. Nice. As you swing the glaive, you're able to cut into it, striking into its side, just barely cutting through some of the leather armor that it's wearing. This entity is seemingly pretty damaged at this point. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm just going to seethe in front of it.
You got it. This one is going to step up to you. Oh, it can only dash or disengage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, since it can only dash or disengage, it is going to disengage is the action. And
Disengage, I don't get an attack of opportunity.
No.
Correct. Okay. I didn't know if it was a roll or not.
But he doesn't at least get an attack.
Does my spiritual weapon get him an attack of opportunity?
It's not.
Okay.
Okay, so the one that ran up to you, Carter, dashed. The one that ran up to you, Babar, dashed. The other one disengaged and moved around, heading towards you, Carter. And then Kia, the one in front of you, is going to take 2 attacks at you. The first is going to be with its bite.
We want to see you.
That is a dirty 20 for the bite.
I want to sigh.
Yeah, that hits.
I thought you were Kai.
Yes. Kai.
Dealing 4 points
Got
of
it.
piercing damage.
I don't know who Kia
The next is with the heavy club for
Sorry,
15
I've
to
got them
hit.
all confused on names.
Misses.
So as the bite clamps down on your shoulder, it swings the heavy club at the time as it disengages, and you bring up your shield, and it's just gonna. And it
Wrath of the
resonates.
Storm.
All right, go ahead and roll. I have to roll a save. What's the save?
That's 14.
Well, what's the trait?
Thunder.
Is it dexterity, constitution?
Oh, sorry. It's a dex save.
Dex save. It is a 19, so it makes the save.
Cool. It's 10, so 5 points.
5 points of damage. You got it. Okay, as it strikes into your shield, you hear this crackling thunder as the heavy club slams into the shield. You see it flail back, almost throwing its arm out of its joint as the thunder resonates into the distance and just kind of gets close. That is their turn because the rest of them dashed or disengaged. Yay! All right, top of the round, Kai.
Toll the dead on the guy in front of me.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
Gotta make a good goal.
That's a fail.
He's
It's
about
a
to
3.
find out why I hate spiritual weapon though.
You roll a d12. He's damaged.
Thing is so
Oh.
slow and it takes so much to move it around. Mm-hmm.
That's 7 points.
7 points of damage. Nice. All right.
And
Once again, the toll sounds, and this time you see it begin to affect this individual as the life force begins to seep out. It just kind of, the scales begin to peel back on itself.
And that's,
Yep.
so it's plus my spell modifier to attack.
Are you sure? Because you have to use your bonus action to move it. This is why I hate this
Really?
spell. Yeah. The spell is a pain in the butt.
Did you move it with
You
bonus
used
action?
your action.
Oh.
You used
Yeah.
your bonus action.
Now, if it's still within range, you can use the bonus action to attack. Otherwise,
Got
you have
it.
to use the bonus action to move. Yep. So you use your bonus action to move it?
Yep.
Yep.
It's a pain in the keister to manage that their spiritual
Okay.
weapon. All right, next up, it is
Yeah.
Okay.
for our friend in the tree. You're up.
Okay. Hide mechanics, the way they work, I'm at advantage if I take a shot, right?
You absolutely are.
Okay, great.
Nobody is aware of your presence.
If I take a shot, who becomes aware of my presence? The people I shoot at, or
Because you
the
are
whole
hidden
field?
you're in a heavily obscured area, right?
Uh-huh.
They would have to make a perception check with disadvantage to even locate you.
Okay.
So there's no guarantee that they would just know the source of it. They would not know. I mean, honestly, at this point, they might not know the source of it given the fray. So depending on who you shoot.
Crossbow. The one attacking. Carter.
The one-
I know him as Carter. The one attacking Carter. I'm gonna crossbow
The
to
one
him.
closest to him?
Yep.
Got it. Go ahead. Roll a hit for me, please.
And repeat the attack action.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it says and repeat the attack action.
Oh, yeah. Then go ahead and roll a hit, please.
Fuck, I hate when I.
Right?
Yep, you're right.
And yeah.
You can move the weapon up to 20 feet and repeat the attack action. So you hit it within 20 feet. Yeah, you're good.
Hit it. We'll try to hit it. Is that a natural one? The great sword.
Cool. Well, let's not talk about that.
No, I don't know that one. That's not that
yeah.
You whip
stand.
so
Nope,
hard,
you actually
mow
can't
the
do
lawn.
that.
you
That's
just
not what
mowed
that
the
says.
lawn.
We tried to get it, but
Moving on.
No, sorry, doesn't say it.
Thanks, everyone.
nope.
That's an
nope,
old
nope,
swing
nope,
and a miss.
nope. All right.
All right, roll a hit for me, please, with advantage.
16, 6, 22.
That'll hit.
22.
Roll for damage or sneak attack.
That might be what
Do-
you're.
do I see the crossbow bolt? Psh,
I would say, given the fray, you could give me a perception check with disadvantage.
I would like to. That's a 6. I just see a crossbow bolt.
You just see a crossbow bolt appear from nowhere.
16.
16 points of damage.
Yep.
Nice. It strikes into the throat of this, and you hear this strange guttural sound next to you, Carter, and you look and you see this strange lizard-like entity with a crossbow bolt into its neck.
Okay.
Yep.
How does a loading thing work? I think it just means I can only use it once around. I don't have to take any actions or anything to load it.
True.
But I can only fire it once around.
Yes.
Okay.
You are correct. I did a lot of reading about that.
Did anybody at all look like they noticed where that came from?
I'd say give me a perception check. At this point, because of the obscurity and the obscured nature of being in the tree. No, just straight perception check.
Yes. 8.
Not that you can tell.
Yep, so just because I'm going to be overly cautious, I'm just going to stay put, stay hidden.
Got it. Can you bonus act? Do you want a bonus action stealth?
If that's cool, I don't know if
Please do.
I need
That's,
to.
yeah,
Okay.
for rogues, bonus action stealth. Please, please.
21 for hide.
You got it. You tuck back beneath the branches and leaves.
That's what I was asking if anybody noticed. I didn't know if I needed to hide again or not.
Oh, and that, yeah.
So yeah, I do need to hide
Yeah.
after an attack?
Yeah.
Got it. So 21.
Yeah. So the nature of it is the attack technically reveals, right? But given where you are,
Mhm.
reveal is next to impossible,
Okay.
but it's still going to be a hide action.
And I still have a move so I can scooch around the tree a little bit too.
Yep. Okay. Next up is going to be Carter.
Alright, seeing this motherfucker show up in front of me and somehow got a crossbow bolt through, I'm assuming there's a misfire somewhere on the field. Kind of surveying, looks like Babar's got it under control. Kai's got it under control, and I see these two close to me. I'm going to designate a point,
Do you need
origin point
these?
right here.
Do you need the spell?
No,
Okay.
I just need within 20 feet so they both are.
Okay.
And I'm just going to kind of
Maybe.
whisper some arcane words, flutter my cane, and cast sleep.
All right. What is... Oh, so
I need 5d8.
you do. Please roll 5d8.
2 generally d8s I can borrow, my friend. I can re-roll again if I need to. So there's 4. All right, I'll just re-roll. Perfect. 10, 16, 17, 18 points. So starting with the creature with the lowest hit points.
They both fall asleep.
Perfect.
They both slam to the ground asleep, prone.
Thank you, my friend.
If you want to knock them prone for me, thank you very much.
I'll do so, and I will just take a step over there.
You got it. As the energy and...
Did you mean to move this motherfucker down here?
No,
Okay.
I sure didn't.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
All right. Next up is you, Babar.
I will turn around and swing at the guy in front of me.
You got to roll to hit for me, please.
That would be
Is that
a natural 20.
All right, roll for damage. Double the dice.
Nice.
This is one of the only 2 undamaged on the field.
1d10 plus 4, so 2d10 plus
So roll
4,
one-
but it's plus 2 with my
So I'd
rage.
say roll 1d10, double that number, and then add 4, add 2.
3 plus 4 is 7 plus 2, 9.
Did you double the 3?
Oh, no.
So
6. So 9 plus 13.
13 points of damage. Damn. Bleeding out in rage, you swing the glaive and once more slam into this entity, and as you do, the sheer force of it, the anger pumping through you, you slam into it and cleave a massive chunk from the scaly hide of this entity. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
All right, you got it. It is now their turn. That one is going to move into range. For sleep, is it the save at the end of the turn, or do they save again? I don't think they do.
No. Each creature falls unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses the.
And is sleep a concentration spell?
It is not. It
That's- I
lasts
did not think
one
so.
whole minute.
Cool. All right. So Kai, 2 attacks at you. Babar, 2 attacks at you, and Carter's only going to be 1. Well, he's going to take 1 at each. No, he has to use 2 different weapons. So he's just going to take 1 javelin throw at the person who knocked 2 of his buddies unconscious. So we'll do Babar first. That is a 11 to hit.
Misses.
Misses with the bite. That is cocked. That is an 18 to hit.
That does hit.
All right. So with the heavy club, as it reaches out to bite, you move out of the way very quickly with nimbleness belying your size. He brings the heavy club up to slam into your form for 8 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 4. Barbarians.
Barbarians, am I right?
Kai, next up, 2 attacks to you. The first is the bite. That is a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Slams onto your scale mail covered,
I think it's chain.
chain mail covered body. The next is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
19 hits. Okay,
And then Wrath of the Storm.
you got it. For 8 points of bludgeoning damage with the second strike, as the heavy club comes up to strike you. And I need to make a save. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a deck save.
14.
14 is the save you needed, yeah, so.
Damn. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
No modifier on it.
8, so 4 points.
4 points on the one in front of you.
Yeah.
As it slams into it, you see this entity's
I'm good, I promise.
looking pretty rough.
Bless you.
There's a javelin thrown at you now, Carter. That is a math. 15 to hit.
Shield.
Shield. All right. The javelin. You hear it whistling behind you, and you reaction throw up this arcane shield that glitters around you, and it splinters and breaks against
Shield's
the shield.
actually invisible.
Yes, but it
Yeah.
breaks against you. So that is their turn because the other two are asleep. Fuck. All right, Kai, you're up.
I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action to attack with my spiritual weapon.
You got it.
It's going to be a 21.
That'll hit.
So 10 points of damage.
10 points of force damage. You swing the greatsword and it caves in the skull of the entity and just falls over dead.
Sweet, that's what I was hoping would happen. I'm going to go ahead and turn around and cast Guiding Bolts.
All right, at the one that is.
So,
Yep,
yeah.
got it. Roll to hit for me, please.
And I rolled in that one.
As you spin around, the radiant energy arcing in your hand, you fire it off and it slams into a tree, illuminating the distance of the. You kind of twisted your ankle just a little bit on the spin. You thought it looked cool until you hit that little rock, and then it just arcs off into the distance. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is a miss. Alrighty. Next up, our hidden friend.
How's the one attacking Babar look?
Healthy. I mean, he's hurt, but he's not on death's door.
I am looking okay, thank you for asking.
Okay, so from the tree, 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 80 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of the one furthest away? Yeah.
Yep. How do you look like you're dying, or do you look fine?
I am okay.
Okay. The one furthest away, I'm gonna go for with the crossbow again.
You got it. Roll with advantage.
I don't know. I don't trust either of them. Ooh, thank God I had advantage. 25.
25 will hit. Roll a sneak attack.
You aiming at this guy?
Yep. Uh, 14.
14 points of damage. You got it. It streaks across, slamming into the chest. And you see it almost turn around and be thrown off its feet as it kind of whips around and tries to make out a location of where this thing came from.
At that point, I'm going to drop from the tree and move to the rock to hide behind the rock.
You got it. Give me an acrobatics check.
17.
All right, you drop, land, 3-point landing, and skitter to the rock. And so you have just enough movement to get there. Yep.
Okay. And then a hide.
All right, hide.
Can I see this?
We will see.
21.
You are so enraged that you do not notice this entity drop from the tree stealthily and skitter to behind the rock.
Okay. Okay.
And that's it for me.
You got it. Carter, you're up.
All right. Looking at the field, can I just glance over my shoulder to see how Babar's doing?
Sure, you glance over. He looks okay.
I am okay.
The guy next closest to me to my left here, can I tell what it is?
Again, you'd be using your...
Then I'm not going to do that because that's just dumb. I'm going to go ahead and cast, looking at the one that's kind of looking at me.
Yep.
I'm going to make eye contact with it, and my eyes are going to flash a light blue color. I'm going to wave my cane at it again, and I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
That is a 13.
Perfect. You are now incapacitated and fall prone, and you are having fits of uncontrollable laughter.
So as your eyes flare and the mental, terrible, hideous imagery that you cast into these entities' mind, it kind of falls to the ground laughing. It's a horrible sound, frankly.
I'm seeing a tabaxi bard.
Shaved with ribbons on its tail. Anything for your bonus action?
How's the one fighting Babar look? Can I tell?
Injured, but not on death's door.
Alright. Well, I will go ahead and take a step this direction. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. And that will be my turn.
You got it. Next up, Babar.
I've been thinking about it. And I'm going to make a reckless attack on
You
the
got
one
it.
right in front of me.
All right, roll with advantage.
And 21.
That'll hit.
I thought it might. 11 points.
11 points of damage. All right, as you swing at this entity in front of you, you cleave its head off, cutting it a diagonal from the sternum all the way up through the exterior of the shoulder as it kind of...
Okay, for
falls
future
down.
reference, 11 points is not what you described.
What, Death's Door?
Yeah,
No,
that's very close to death's door, actually.
Not on Death's Door. 11 points. I mean, I could
I'm like,
do-
okay, yeah, that was totally something I could have one-shot.
For level 3.
And I just saw them drop unconscious. I don't know that.
You have no idea the nature. They're
but
just
I'm
on the
gonna-
ground.
1, 10, 15, 20. And I'm just going to stand at the ready.
You
of the
got
one
it.
on the ground.
Okay. They are all 3 of them incapacitated. How long does Tasha's Hideous Laughter last?
It lasts for a minute.
All right, so you
It
have
is
2
a concentration spell.
concentration spell. Got it. Okay. So at this point, they are all technically considered incapacitated, so we're going to move through initiative order in that way.
Is their intelligence more than 4?
Yeah.
Okay, then he's affected. Just want to make sure
Yeah.
that they're semi-intelligent.
Yeah, more than 4. Okay, so initiative order.
Oh, sorry. At the end of each of its turn, and each time it takes damage, it can make another wisdom saving throw.
It's going to make another save. That is a 12.
Nope.
All right. Top of the round, Kai.
I'm going to go ahead and move my spiritual weapon. And myself.
All right.
And pull out my Warhammer. And attack this guy.
All right, with advantage, it's prone.
Is that also a auto crit?
If it hits.
That is 21.
That'll hit, so roll the dice and then double it.
It's an auto crit for incapacitated.
If they are prone, yes.
Okay.
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. You crush its head in. But just barely, but you crush its head in.
Not on death's door.
Perfect.
Y'all are level 3. Okay, all right. The GM will remember.
I didn't say anything.
I was like, come on, we've been hitting for more than that every time.
Okay. It is blood splatters everywhere
Is
as
it
you
dead?
remove the wormhole. Very
So
dead.
I would feel the spell end.
The spell
Okay.
very much ends in a gruesome fashion.
Ooh.
All right. Anything else that you'd have for your turn there?
I'll
Kai?
take my last bit of movement this way.
All right, you got it. All right. Hidden friend.
I'm going to step around the rock. This guy's prone, so if I hit him, it's a... If I hit him at melee range with a rapier, not the
Yes.
crossbow.
So if you hit him, so you will be rolling the attack with advantage.
Okay.
And if the hit is successful, it is a critical hit.
Great,
And
I'm just gonna...
because there's melee range, you get sneak attack bonus.
Yeah.
And you're attacking with advantage. So let's
Yeah.
see how we mutilate it, shall we?
That's what we're going to do right now.
Yeah, let's mutilate a corpse.
So we're going to step around and go...
It's not a corpse yet.
murder
Oh, no,
that.
it is.
This one right here.
Yeah. 17?
Yeah, that'll hit. Damage, sneak attack, double everything. This is the one that has the most HP of all of them left.
Ooh, nice. 17? No.
No, sorry. 37.
6 and 10, 13. Yeah, 17 times 2.
34.
34.
34.
You were not that far.
Rogues. You take the rapier and find the closed
is that
eye
plus your
and
modifier?
slam
Yeah. No, so 13 doubled plus 4.
26, 30.
13 doubled is 26 plus 4 is 30. Okay.
So you slam into the eye, scramble the brains a bit, and pull it from the lizard folk's dead body.
And I picked the bolt out of it.
You just, I'll allow that with your bonus action and pick the bolt up.
How many feet did I get?
You went all of, I think, 15.
Okay, so I have 20 left.
Just gonna go ahead and mark this guy dead.
How's that for doing what I'm good at?
No, I'm just going to stay there.
All right, you got it.
I'm
Next
going
up-
to aim towards the one at the bar, though,
Got it.
that hasn't been killed yet.
Got it. Next up is Carter. You sense that one of the individuals in the sleep spell, dead. There's only one remaining.
And how does he look?
Not good. That is the one that originally came into the scene. He doesn't look great.
All right. But it's asleep, and I see this other figure come around the rock.
At this point, since it's moved into visibility, yeah, you'd be aware of it.
All right, I'm gonna kind of point my cane at the other figure, going, "Who are you?" And
Okay.
I'm going to hold my action.
Okay, well,
I'm
good.
just gonna hold a cantrip.
All right, we'll get to the answer next turn. Babar, you're up.
I'm gonna spin my glaive and step up to the lizard folk and just put it right at his throat. And then try to just stab it on in.
All right, roll an attack with advantage. If it hits, it's an auto crit.
Yeah, that's gonna be 22.
Yeah, it'll hit.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. You don't. I mean, like, if you roll a 1, maybe, but
11, 22, 26.
cool. How does it die?
Just right through in one fell swoop.
You take the glaive for a moment. You hesitate, and then the rage takes you, and you slam it through the figure like a hot knife through butter,
Mhm.
and pull it, cleaning it ever so slightly on the grass blades below, as the sounds of combat fade in the evening.
And I will hold it at the ready at the new figure.
Got it. So, you all come to?
I'm gonna ask you nicely one more time, miss. Who are you?
Really, when somebody comes to your aid, introductions are much more pleasant than inquisitions. And I walk to the other body and pull up my other bolt.
And
I will go ahead and do the same obnoxious formal introduction with the hat. And yes, Kailandi Hrothgar.
I offer you my hand, and Delilah Fortune. Pleasure to meet you.
You offer me your hand?
Mhm.
Oh, I will go ahead and kiss it.
Perfect.
it's very daintily offered, but you gather that given the level at which the crossbow bolts are in the bodies and have to be removed, formidable.
I will remove myself from rage as well.
Yeah. So at this point, the rage falls away. You feel your muscles untense, and you find yourself come back to. an interesting sensation for some controlled rage.
What brings you to
What does the person?
the forest here?
What does she look like?
If you would like to, Delilah.
Well, she's got on, I don't even know what to call it, but it's like a dress coat where the upper part is like a bodice from a dress and the lower part is cut away up front so she can ride.
Okay.
All black. Mediterranean, gorgeous look. She is smoking hot and looks.
That's why I
looks
kissed
it.
her hand.
Kai's like, hello.
I thank you for the assistance, miss. You will excuse my trepidation as we were sought upon these former bandits, and you happen to show up in the middle of night. So
yes, well, I'm actually camped about 300 yards that way. Trailed them from there.
Well, that's good to know.
We do thank you for your assistance in the matter.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
These are my friends, Carter and Babar.
Babarith Dobruin.
Very good to meet you. Delilah Fortune.
And I'm Carter. I just tip the hat.
So you are friend.
Yes,
Still holding my
Babar.
glaive.
At this point, she is our friend.
I will flip the glaive.
What are you?
Well then, welcome.
What are you doing out here, Miss Fortune? If
Well,
you
I-
don't mind me asking.
Imagine the same thing you are, traveling, dear.
Running.
No, I try not to run. I ride, actually.
That would be easier.
And where are you headed to?
North to the Brightwood. I've got some business with the druids there.
The Brightwood.
Funny
my
you
dear.
should
We
say
are
that.
to the
We
Brightwood.
also.
And
Well,
where,
it is a public road, is it not?
'Tis.
I don't see how it's funny then.
and where do you hail from?
Originally?
Recently?
And you, sir?
From the Feywild. You asked.
We're coming from Calder.
Oh, I stopped through there, actually, on my way.
Can't even remember where I'm from now.
Hemanel is where you're from.
Hemanel.
I'm gonna just
No,
put a post
I am
there.
actually coming out of Port Thorstead.
That is where I appeared. From the Feywild.
Well, prior to that, I sailed in there from Sio, is it? From Sio, so...
SIYO, for those of you who want to know.
And if you'd like to continue tracing back, I mean, I can recall most of my travels, but I am well traveled.
I see that. Oh, my apologies, sorry, I just startled a little bit in the night.
Well, yes, normally when a bunch of... What, they were lizard people? What were they?
They are lizard folk, yeah. So as
Yes.
you kind of settle down, you see the very distinct markings of lizard folk.
I'm gonna
Anybody-
be-
of them have anything?
Can
I'm
I
gonna
search
begin
the-
starting
Normally
with
when
yeah.
a pack of lizard folk run past you, you
Anybody
Either let them
like to
remember
search
you.
Delilah
investigation
Fortune, you
check.
said?
And I'd also like to gather
Delilah.
the bodies for a pyre.
Got it.
D-I-L.
14.
14, thank you.
D-I-L.
Are you literally asking Delilah how to spell her name?
No, I'm asking Greg how to spell her name.
Just like Delilah. D-E-L-I-L-A-H.
7.
7 is for the investigation check. 14 for the investigation check for Babar. Delilah, are you looking at any of the bodies as well or no?
No, I've got my bolts.
Got it.
I'm looking to.
Investigation check, please.
20.
20?
Oh, sorry, 22.
22? Of the 20, I was say that's a big swing. Kylandi, between the three of you, you find 4 broken shell, almost shell-like shields from a fairly large reptile. There are primitive clubs that are carried, which are essentially just pieces of dry rotted wood that have been impaled with spikes of stone and jagged metal. Outside of that, there's no armor to be had. There are some small leather straps. Carter, you notice that as you are approaching,
You are from the Feywild.
each of them have around their
Yes.
neck a singular medallion. On this one, it
Are there
is
more of you there?
kind of a dry and shriveled petrified claw.
Yes. I hope so.
Like 3.
I hope they are still.
Like one of the, it looks like a lizardfolk claw, just dry and petrified.
Have I
Do you
seen that
mind if
symbol
I
before?
touch you?
Give me a history check.
Why?
I've never seen skin like that.
15.
No.
Can I
idea.
insight check Delilah on wanting to touch me?
Okay.
Is that
What are you looking for? You're gonna get that response from me all the time when it comes to insight checks. Just tell me what you're looking for, and I will
because
try to answer.
much like a certain friend spell that was cast.
So you're looking for any sort of magical implications.
Any magical implications?
Got it. So insight check for me, please.
17.
17.
Literally just want to know what you feel like.
You should say that. I guess you did.
I was grabbing Harlan. I wasn't coming to whisper. Sorry. I
Oh.
realized how backwards I was.
No,
literally,
there's no hidden intent there. She just wants to see what your skin feels like.
Okay, and I will hold out my
So
trunk.
they don't have anything.
you don't detect anything of
Gems,
value.
money,
There's no
paper,
coin.
notes,
Nope.
orders.
Nope.
Just a band of brigands.
You do notice with that investigation roll that they are all very skinny
Has to
and
do with
malnourished.
something you asked Harlan before.
Just brigands.
At this point, more of desperation than of any sort of ill intent is what you gather.
Okay. Feel free.
I mean, if you want, if it was that good a roll, I can.
If you no, go for it.
So,
All right, so yeah, Delilah's basically just fascinated with the elephant now.
naturally.
What do you do in the Feywild?
We are Masons.
I'm just paying very close attention to Delilah.
For anything specific?
Are you
Trying-
here looking for
trying
certain stones?
To
then?
get her intent. Is she hiding something?
You can give me an insight check.
Okay. I mean, I'm just paying close attention to her, not necessarily like just.
So, like, if you're looking for intent,
Yeah.
right? That's
Okay.
insight, right? So,
8.
uh,
She's a person.
everything's been above
Okay.
board.
We are looking for a way to get me back to the Feywild.
Bright. I should have known, of course.
So we are traveling to the Brightwood.
That makes an incredible amount of sense, actually.
Thank you.
Whose campsite is better, mine or theirs?
Very clearly yours. There's no. I mean, there's a blanket,
One blanket.
a singular blanket, a fire that
It
is
is
now
my
gone
blanket.
out. I mean, in terms of tactical positioning, right? They have the benefit of having the large stones. However, but that is about it in terms of the difference. Yours is nicer.
There's about to be a nice fire here. It's not gonna smell good.
You go and set about the bodies. It takes you about 10 minutes to gather all the bodies.
That's
well,
fine.
if you all would like, I mean, my campsite does not have
I'm gonna do a
5
nice little
bodies
prayer today.
littered around it. You're welcome to share it with me the evening.
And they emulate with the sound of thunder in the distance. The
That
rest of you hear the sound of thunder, by the way. as the
Is
bodies
much
emulate.
nicer. We will stay with Delilah. There are not bodies.
Well, you are not wrong there, my friend Pevar. Delilah, if you will have us.
Oh, but of course, dears. It's road courtesy. Nothing but.
And I will put my hand on Carter's shoulder. You are, I'm guessing, are still unsure, or are you smitten?
I'm still unsure, but I'm trying not to. I'm just.
I will put my hand on you. It is okay, Carter. We look out for each other.
We are good at
What we do.
Fuck it, am I right?
Fuck it. We'll
You
follow
all-
Delilah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing we're headed off at this point.
We're moving camps now.
If you wish.
Well, the body begins
There's
to
a fire
burn.
pit
The
at mine as
crackling
well.
scent of burned lizard flesh and scale begins
I will
to
crack open my gold pouch and pull out 2 gold pieces and try to hand them to Delilah.
Thank you.
Real.
You're quite welcome, dear. Puts them in a pocket in her coat.
Just, okay.
Far be it for me to turn down 2 gold. I'm going to go ahead and put that in
Shit,
here right
alright,
now.
cool. Is that the going rate of crossbow bolts? Delilah turns and saunters back to her camp, leading the way through the night. Her shapely form, the guiding light as you make your way back to her camp. Delicate, but still set up and quite nice and posh, all things considered, given its presence in the wilderness. From there, you are able to, at this point, bed down once more. Who would like to take watch, if anyone, at this juncture? This is dead middle of the night.
I can take the first watch.
All right.
I'm out. You all woke me up.
Thwap. All right. Kailandi, please give me a perception check.
$14.
There is a horse. It's mine. It's not bad.
Noted.
Okay.
You look and there is a
I will keep that in mind.
very, I mean, it's a
Horse.
You can tell it's a horse. It's a black horse that has kind of been, well, not, there's technically no black, but there's a black horse that just kind of sitting there and just paws at the ground. Hooves at the ground.
If you don't mind, I'm rather spent. I could use some solid rest.
In the evening, no
There's
real
plenty of
interruptions
space
for you.
to spread your
Kailandi?
bedrolls.
Appreciate that, thank you.
All right.
Just go sit up next to a tree or...
Yep,
is
there's
there
a couple
tree
in the
there?
area. Yeah.
Hold the jacket up.
Bed down. All right. You all bed down for the evening, gain the benefits of a long rest. The sun rises without event. Seemingly the only interruption was from these rather starved and malnourished looking lizard folk with the strange, as you noted, Carter, pendants of petrified claws around their neck. The sun rises. You all rouse yourself from your sleep. What would you like to do?
Go about packing my horse.
I'll pull out some vegetables. Some of my radishes.
Yeah.
Snack on them.
I mean, it's been a couple of days, so you know that you've probably got about another 3 or 4 before these boys start.
Does your horse want some?
Oh, I've got plenty of feed for him. For a few more days, easily.
Okay.
You've no need to share with him. Him or her, actually.
It's her.
Her. She doesn't need... You're
So,
welcome to give her an apple slice if you'd like, but...
I am just trying to take care of friends.
Well, thank you.
So, why are you traveling?
I have family up there.
In the Brightwood.
Yes, dear.
What do they do?
They ought to shop, really, just in one of the villages there.
Do you think they could get me to the Feywild?
I doubt they have anything to do with the Feywild, to be honest. If they do, it'd be news to me.
Why are you going home?
I'm not. I'm going away from home to visit family.
But...
A cousin had a baby, dear.
Oh... Wait, I wouldn't have known that was you in the tree, would I? Nope.
Nope.
Nope. You are very good with your rapier.
Well, to be fair, the only time I used it was on something that was lying asleep on the ground. A child could be good with it at that point.
I was not good with my glaive when I first used it here.
You did the same thing to the other one lying on the ground.
It was not my first.
Well, practice. It's a good thing.
Yes. So, what do you do?
I believe you... Did you not... Oh...
He
You
asked
were in a
much.
rage.
Yes.
No wonder. Right, dear, I was in the tree.
There are lots of trees.
All right. Let's see.
You were in the tree.
Correct.
What does that have to do with what you do?
Oh, what I do? Like for work?
You are very adept. Better than some.
My dear. Crime. That's what I do.
How? You do crime. It was not crime to kill them. They attacked us.
Not from your sense of the situation. I, however, trailed them and jumped out at them from nowhere. While they were distracted.
So,
Everybody makes a living somehow. A lot of people make a dirty living. I simply take from them.
And I will look at Carter.
I have some experience in that life, yes.
Honestly, would you expect a single lady wandering through a forest on the road on her own any other form?
I do not know. I am still new to your plane.
You just got here.
It's been a matter of days.
Oh, fascinating.
Yes.
You said you hail from Port Thorstead.
That's where I last was, yes.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, so you're not from there. You're not part of the syndicate there.
Well, dear, I have contacts there, of course.
All right. Contacts who haven't sent you out to find me, have you? Have they?
Nobody has sent me to find anybody, dear.
That's very reassuring. Thank you.
I am my own boss.
All right. As are we. Well, some
Am I-
might say that he's a king, but
Am I hearing these questions?
You are.
Yep. She's being very free with her answers, too. She's just like, okay.
can I help you?
And you, dear?
I imagine this is very much how Kai would be reacting in this certain point in time.
You should be less worried about people after you. We are very far.
I told you we have each other.
I know, it's just a simple question, that's all. I'm moving past it.
I will look
Oh,
up.
dear. Are
I
one of you
will-
being hunted?
I will look at Delilah and say, "How
No.
do you feel about magic?"
I just kind of...
But I am a magic user and it makes Carter uncomfortable.
Kylandia does
Can I
not...
insight check that question, please,
What are you
to
looking
find
for?
out if he's trying to tell me something other than what I think, like if there's a hidden meaning?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see
You
what,
want- let's see
you
what
want
the-
to buy a sundial?
10.
Want to buy
Fucking
a
dice.
sundial? I
Wanna
mean,
buy a sundial?
A 10?
it's
I'm asking how you feel about magic.
it's just it is the question.
I
Face
wanna
value.
know.
I think my statement helped.
I have just learned about how magic is frowned upon here, so.
I think it's a tool like any other.
You see, Carter, she does not care that I use magic.
Thank you, Kylandia.
So we are all friends here.
We are fine here, yes.
Well, I mean, we've shared camp for the evening, sure, and
We're acquainted. Acquainted.
So
Acquaintance.
Quentin. We're acquainted.
no.
Miss Delilah, it seems we're all traveling the same path.
it's misfortune, dear, or Delilah.
I'm sorry. Miss, what did I call you?
Miss Delilah.
Miss Delilah. Okay, I'm sorry.
There's like a hybridization of
Misfortune, I do apologize. It seems we are headed in the same way. How would you feel about sharing the road?
If you can keep up with a horse, I see no problem with that.
Well, we might have some problems there.
Thank you for your help.
It was my pleasure, dear.
If you would
It made
like,
the hunt worth it.
what are you are hunting them?
Well, yes, when they traipsed past my camp, I wanted to see where they were going.
You do not wish to travel with us.
Well, we'll be sharing the road. I think it would be a good idea.
You said if we could keep up.
I was wondering if you
am not
could.
fast.
Well, I don't know this. You're very tall.
Yes.
I could not keep up with a horse. Not for long.
Would you like to try?
Yes.
To keep up with a horse or to try the horse?
To keep up with the horse, dear.
Oh, no.
No? Well, why don't we get a move on then?
Yes.
Very well.
Start to break camp.
All right. Heading north following the same trade pathway.
Kylandy, you're wearing a hat, right?
Yeah.
Well, as Kylandy's like bending over, picking up his stuff, I'm just gonna take his hat.
Excuse me.
Yes?
My hat, please.
I'm not doing anything. I just drop it.
Where are we standing?
I'd like to make a wisdom save again.
Like, how far apart are we?
I mean, I was not next to you.
Literally, the hat would have just.
And yeah, like my invisible hand took your hat, not like I did.
How far away are you?
Far enough away that you can't backhand me.
No, I'm not trying to backhand you.
I'd say he's about 20 feet away.
Fog cloud.
Delilah, as you were going to get your horse all prepared and they're breaking camp, all of a sudden this fog cloud comes as the center of the camp. You kind of just see the top of Babar's head in the ground, and then loose side.
It's centered on Carter.
Loose side of Kylandy and Carter.
I miss
Nice.
Holland.
Nice.
Did I hear him say that?
You just kind of heard it.
What's wrong with us?
Why?
He did. He's the one that didn't want to stay.
Why is there a fog cloud?
Well, apparently we're good at what we do, right? This wasn't me.
I've just kind of left Carter in the fog cloud.
I'm just still standing there. I haven't moved.
It's literally like you have disembodied voices of Babar and Carter talking while Delilah and Kylandy are going about breaking down camp.
So we're just breaking down camp, unpacking up the horse, and these two are dicking around.
Yeah.
Essentially, in a fog cloud.
In a fog cloud.
In a fucking fog cloud.
You can just see the crowd.
Is this normal, dear?
It is now.
Mostly.
This is all very new.
I have not traveled with the big one long, but
Well,
yes.
it's no wonder the lizards came after you then.
We are not good at hiding.
Waving the fog out of my face. You don't say.
Onward.
I'll have to teach you that.
Okay. The fog cloud is the gentle breeze of the day, early morning, pushes the fog cloud away. You all begin making your way traveling northward. For the sake of ease, we will go ahead and just do some fast travel, if that's okay with you all, with some basic perception checks. So who would like to... So for the travel from Calder to Falstad, it is an 8-day journey. Oh no, I'm sorry. It is, from where you are now, 2 days in, it is an 8-day journey. So... I would two perception checks from each of you, and we will discuss the manner by which you all travel.
Perception.
Nice.
Perception.
12 and 6.
Thank you.
21 and 22.
Yikes. Cool.
15 and 21.
13 and 25.
Okay.
You're a little shaken.
You notice that the the landscape generally changes from this sort of grassy rolling hills to be a little bit more sparse with brush, tending to be, as you continue to travel, in fewer and fewer patches, but where it is, it clings to life desperately. About 4 days into your journey, you are able to stop by there is a small outpost on the way, sitting at the bend of one of the winding rivers on its way from the Tormund Mountains all the way down to the Zirkin Sea. From there, able to pick up basic supplies and things through trade and bartering to the tune of, I would say, 1 silver for each of you, given your ability to talk, and like hopefully not generally be assholes.
No.
Awareness.
We're talking about being assholes.
Being assholes.
Yeah. It is a small outpost. I mean, you're talking, this is generally where folks would stop on
You
trade
said
pathways.
1 silver?
1 silver.
We're giving 1 silver.
Yeah. Just in general for each of you to pick up supplies and rations. And for those of you who don't have bedrolls, we'd say you'd be able to barter those and gather that at this juncture.
I have a bedroll.
Just looking at your passives, right?
Pots. A pot.
A pot?
Mm-hmm.
You want a pot?
Mm-hmm.
For cooking?
For cooking? Oh, a cooking pot. I would say you'd be able to get that. It'd be another request. It'd be about 5 silver. Continuing northward, it just becomes more and more oppressively hot as you progress towards the Unole Desert. You are able to, in the distance, miles and miles out as the landscape flattens, see the Tormund Mountains to your west and the vast expanse of just this shimmering heatscape to your east, where you know the desert would lie. Continuing, there is no other trouble throughout the evening, though you do notice there is fewer and fewer wildlife in the vicinity. And those individuals who are on tradeways become less as well. Seemingly, after traveling to the outpost, there are fewer and fewer people traveling. It is, when you would surmise you have about 2 days left in your journey, you notice that the pathway becomes more beaten down, seemingly as if there is a wide swath of travelers moving in this vicinity, right? You're not necessarily sure what is a herd of animals, if it is, or just some sort of event in the vicinity, but it seems as if the landscape has kind of been tamped down forcefully, as though it has been repeatedly been battered in the vicinity. Making your way closer to the city, about a day outside of Falstad, you all would notice that in the distance there is, pardon me, there in the distance, plumes of smoke begin to fall over the horizon as you waken one morning. And as you do, you see plumes of this sort of white and gray smoke begin to permeate the horizon to your north, northeast. And as you notice, you see that there is a single individual from maybe several hundred feet away. There's this small pocket, and it's only with the high perception rolls that we had, they're kind of balancing us all out, right? Moving towards you in the distance. I would say at this point you're still about a day's travel out of Falstad, where we're going to kind of pick up here. Is there anything that you would like to do as you see the plumes of smoke in the distance and this individual? You'd be making your way to the city by nightfall.
Can I tell what kind of smoke it is? Like, is it...
Give me an intelligence check.
There's an individual
13.
heading towards us.
You see that there is very clearly from the... What was it, by the way?
That was, 12.
12, thank you. You see from the large expanse of the city itself, I mean, it's about double the size of Calder. So not Port Thorstead by any stretch of the imagination, but larger than Calder. There is one fast-moving, essentially dot that has kind of separated itself from the horizon and the sunrise that you're able to see leaving the perimeter of the city itself. I shouldn't say city, town.
Coming towards us.
It's arcing, not necessarily moving in like a straight line path. It is arcing out away from the city and looks to be, it could but at this juncture, it doesn't look to be making a beeline towards you.
So it's going around the city, not coming towards us.
It's leaving the city, moving away, and kind of at a diagonal. So if you were be approaching here, it's like you're one of the.
It's
legs
not
of the triangle.
spiraling the city, it's leaving the city in a
Yep.
different direction.
Yep.
Is that smoke chimney smoke, or is that smoke burning buildings?
I would say give me another perception check.
So that would have been what my
Yeah.
I would want to see.
So
what kind
12. With that, it's difficult to make out at this distance. It's beginning to dissipate towards higher in the sky.
Can I smell anything?
Not right now, no.
22.
22. It is dense. It is thick. It is white, like fresh fire. Not far too much for a chimney.
That's not from a chimney.
Perception check with advantage.
Not great. 6.
At this juncture, it's difficult. The way the wind is blowing, it's not blowing anything towards you that you would smell outside of just the. I mean, the hot air. You're just getting hot air and grass at this juncture.
How far away are we?
About a day's travel.
How far away am I if I'm on my horse and not held back?
You'd be there about 4 hours.
Do you want to meet me there?
If that is what we are doing,
That is where we are headed, yes.
it will stop along the way.
Well, it appears to be on fire right now, and if they could use some help,
Then we should help.
then I can get there much quicker.
Go. And I will.
That's all I need, and yeah.
I will get to my
you
feet.
Swing up on the horse and set
Yep.
off. Are the rest of you following on foot?
We must go.
Hard
Okay.
march.
If you'd like to. So here's the deal. If you are going to do a full sprint, right, we are going to hit Constitution saves.
No. Forced march.
Forced march. Gotcha.
Not a sprint.
So you're not dashing.
No.
We're
Got
walking
it.
with purpose.
Gotcha. Power walking as opposed to sprinting. It is very clear delineation between. It is very clear delineation between two.
We could not hold a sprint for 4 hours, but we could.
You could try. It would not work out well.
No.
Okay. As you begin making your way, Delilah, as you're approaching the figure, as you begin about 2 hours into your journey, you see it begin to veer as if it's recognized your approach. And looking at it in this distance, I'd say give me a perception check. It's about 200 feet away.
Oh wow, really close.
Yeah, it's been full gallop. You gather at this point it's another horse and rider.
21.
Looking at it, you see that it is indeed a horse and rider. Across it is slumped a humanoid individual that seems to just be barely just moving with the gait of the horse. And as it pulls the horse towards you, at about 100 feet away, as you see it moving towards you, the figure falls off onto the ground.
And so there's nobody on the horse now?
And the horse is now running free.
Gonna veer over and look at the figure.
As you get there, there is a broken, battered, and bloodied humanoid individual, a man in his mid-20s, human.
Okay.
Brown hair, kind of mottled and caked with blood. And as you do,
He was riding for me, correct?
yeah.
And looking like that, I'm assuming he's riding for help, so I'm gonna put my potion of healing in his mouth.
Okay, so go
If
ahead and
he's not absolutely, like, dead.
you get to him and you see his just eyes are fluttering, kind of rolling back in his head.
Alright, potion of healing.
Got it. Go ahead and roll the 2d4 plus 2.
What is that? 3, 4, 6.
6?
Yep.
He kind of and he holds up this caked in blood, seemingly tied paper that is sealed with a wax seal of which holds what looks like a griffin crossed with crossed and wreathed in flame. And as he holds it, take this. And as you do you open?
What is it?
10 gold head for the Goblin Horde that now occupies Falstead.
Ooh, I'm opening this letter. and reading.
As you read, it is a missive from... There is no name listed, but it is a missive that is signed for the Braumeister of Falstad for any looking essentially for aid, and for anybody who is able to aid in the routing of the entities currently occupying the city of Falstad.
All right, so I've got my horse here. I'm going to get my water out. I'm going to give this guy some water. I'm going to take care of him and wait for my new friends to catch up.
Got it. So as you're there, he kind of...
My name's Logan. Only been a part of the guard for about 2 months. They set on us about 4 days ago. It's been hell ever since. I was just barely able to make it out today. Thank you.
And this was done by goblins, dear.
A lot of them. We were able to take down about a quarter of the brutes. Some of them might have left the last couple of days. Don't know how many are left, but they're occupying it.
Brutes, you say? Goblins? The same goblins I knew. The little things.
You see him kind of nod. It's...
Some of it, they're all organised. They're together. We've always had them around the area, but they've never been like this.
No, I think not. Can you get your horse back, or will it not pay attention to you anymore?
I'll get it. I'll set out after it.
And as you look over about 200 feet away, the horse is now just kind of agitatedly kind of moving stirring up the dirt and grass.
All right. Once he gets that back together, the two of us will ride back towards these guys.
You guys have set off, so about 2 hours,
Yep.
about 2.5 hours later.
I will
you see-
explain. I have friends coming, and there's no way I'm going to get in there on my own, so we're going to go meet with them.
And you just kind of see him stand up, and it's an effort. He's been beaten and bruised, and while the potion did aid, you see that there's lumps of deep purple and black. Just
Yes,
all
it's
across
going
the
to
body.
suck. Get on your horse and ride, or die here.
No, I'm on.
Then he kind of gets up on the horse, makes you guys ride back, and you see now two individuals riding back towards you. One, the familiar form of Delilah on the black mare that she is riding, and the other is a spotted and speckled chestnut individual, human individual, male, riding, looking beaten, battered, and bruised, riding towards you once more. And this is where we're going to end this evening.
As we ride up, I'm just going to literally hold my little thing and go, "Gentlemen, I believe we have a job."
And this is where we're going to end this week's session.
Yay!
Great job, guys. Nice to meet you, Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah. Yes.
What's it like in
We'll see you guys next week. Thank
Didn't
you
even
so
think
much
of
for
that
tuning
one.
in.
There's a whole
It's been
fortune
a
thing I was
pleasure.
going
like
for.
in Fullstead City?
Have a good one.
Night,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Good night.